It's a starting. Hey, what's going on, Mr. Behind the Bar?
Hey, buddy. How's it going up there in Minnesota this evening?
Good. Well, it's good. We're about to apparently get like 5 inches of snow. I'm hoping not.
Nice.
But how about you down in Kansas of USA? Yay, yay.
We don't get snow anymore because global warming does not exist, and yeah, so we don't do that anymore.
Yeah, apparently the Environmental Protection Agency can fuck off as well.
I know. That was my favorite. My favorite part of today. Well, are we doing this? We're gonna do a little hop slammage.
Yeah, I think we're gonna do a little hype slam, malt slam, 2017 vintage. Yeah, if people don't know what Hopslam is, I think we need to reevaluate life. I think it was only canned 7 days ago, at least mine.
Really? I can't tell. It's all smudged.
1/17/17.
Nice.
So I'll take 7-day-old Hopslam. Let's check it out.
For sure.
Yeah, this is the annual 6-pack.
Have you reviewed this on your channel before?
Yes, not this vintage, but yes. How about you?
Never have, no.
Oh, wow. That's a first for you. I'm just ice manning it.
You know what's really funny is this forever was my favorite beer until probably 3 years ago, 3, 4.
Banter? Yeah, it's really, I think our palates have definitely changed. And at the same time, I think beer has just changed. So there's that.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, no, absolutely.
That looks hideous. Yeah, so I don't, go ahead.
I was seeing if we could view like chat or something.
Yes, I can pull up chat on the event itself. So stand by 2 seconds and I will do so.
Just curious. See if anybody's actually watching.
There's six viewers.
Oh, hey guys.
What's going on, everyone? 7 now.
So as we're jumping into this, is this what collaboration looks like? Or I'm curious what your feedback is on your video you posted yesterday while we're getting ready to jump into this.
Dude, it almost has more views than my KBBS video.
Nice. Well, that's good.
Seriously. So people care more about your Geek Nation than they do. All right, let's do this.
Are we surprised? 36,000
dark and clear. It's not as dark, Tyler. Actually, in person than it is picking up on camera. Nathan, you're picking up a lot darker than mine, I think.
Yeah, it's got like, it's kind of like a yellowish, orangish brown. I mean, but it's not as dark. Like looking at yours too, it's not near that dark.
No, it's just how it is. Tyler says hashtag too soon. Anyways, yeah, the head's dissipating quickly. I think this one is 10%, right?
Is that right?
It's brewed with honey.
10%, yeah.
Yeah, 10%. So
by the way, shelf life is 6 months.
Because it becomes barley wine, right?
Exactly. I was saying, I think I have some down here. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, do you have the aged variants?
Let's see. I got some bottles.
Oh wow, you might have to crack one of those.
Nah, this is 2000. This is 2013.
Oh boy, that could be a barley wine by now.
Yeah. Anyways, let's dive in.
Let's dive into the nose. Yeah, why not? Somebody says live beer reviews. This is fucking innovation. I got this in that new Bent Paddle IPA that I reviewed yesterday that has not been posted. It's got like this like burning, ashy, like it's really resinous hops. Really earthy.
Super resinous, super earthy. I'm getting like this like really big sweetness, and I don't know if that's from the honey or it being 10%. I mean,
definitely, absolutely.
It's not
up on that. I don't pick up any like fruity anything.
Well, the thing that used to jump out of the glass with this beer for me was it smelled like cat piss, like straight Simcoe cat piss.
Oh, I'm getting kind of some dank. I wouldn't call it Simcoe though.
Yeah,
but it's there,
but it's not.
Yeah,
it's not jumping out near as much as I remember.
No, and I used to get like a peachy grapefruit thing. I don't get a lot of that, but it's 7 days old, so let's see. All right, well let's fucking drink it. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, guys.
22 people are watching.
Wow.
Hopefully, any of you who are watching are drinking Hopslam as well. That's what's up. That's innovation.
That would be sweet.
It drinks easy for 10%, but holy malt slam.
Yeah, it's really malty. It's really it lingers though. Like there's like a lingering bitterness that kind of rolls into almost like a warmth, like a twinge of booze, if you will.
Twinge of booze, yeah, definitely. Oh boy. We have another comment, Nathan. I really hope you guys have started a trend. Shout out to Beer Geek Nation. Zachary Isom says, I had one not 3 hours ago. I only bought one. Lucky you.
Yeah, I was forced into the sixer. I actually, when I was going to liquor stores, like, this would be sweet if it was on the build your own 6-pack shelf, but it wasn't.
Yeah, no, it wasn't either. Let me see if I have the picture from the liquor store that I went to today that I can kind of show. Look at all that fucking Hopslam.
We got, I think, almost double what we normally get.
Yeah, the guy said it's just everywhere. So, hey, Joe's here. He says,
Joe's watching.
Oh, hey, it's malty. Shocking.
How do I get to... Sorry, we're kind of winging this, guys, for the first time. We'll probably do more of these.
Yeah, we should try to do them probably weekly, to be honest with you. I don't hate this beer, but it's certainly different than I remember it.
Yeah, it's really sugary, like you said. It's not as honey forward as I remember, but it's still really sugary though.
Yeah, it doesn't finish as dry as I want it to be.
No, and it's got a nice malty backbone. Like, there's nothing I dislike about this. It's just kind of it melts from one flavor into another.
Yeah.
But there's
nothing
it's bitter
about it or unique. Yeah, it's definitely bitter. It's chuggable though.
Yeah, you kind of mentioned it earlier. Like, there's no, like, the fruity aspects of hops are really not jumping out on this.
No. Not that they need to. I know they use a lot of classic hops. I'm sure they use a lot of Centennial, Cascade. I'm sure the hop bill's out there somewhere. But, yeah, somebody says, where's Chris Stelton? Sorry, I just love it.
He's invited.
He is totally invited. He could come drink Hopslam all day. Yeah, I don't know. It's a good beer. It's not a $17 beer unless it was, if this beer was 7%, it would be $10.
Yeah, and that's the question that I come back to. Is it worth? In some places, people are paying 20. So is it worth that when you could go buy something like, I don't know, like a readily available, like Sierra Nevada beer or something like that,
right?
Or it's a double IPA. Yeah, for instance,
or even
Stone would be great as well.
Have you picked up that New Belgium Voodoo IPA? I've seen that everywhere, and I haven't tried it, but it's in 12. I'm dying. The comment section is killing me right now.
I did not pick this up at qualityliquorstore.com.
No. Zach says, I felt like the booze note is nowhere to be near as harsh as last year. I was really disappointed last year. Maybe I've come to terms with what it is. Hey, what's up, Feezy Birds, dude?
I like this better than last year, though.
I'm enjoying it a lot more. I think last year I even drained poured it and gave away half my 6-pack.
I remember last year being like really overly sweet. Like the honey was so forward. It was really
it was
hard
all
for me
malt.
to drink.
Like this is malty, but it was all malt. There was no hops then.
Yeah, the only thing that if this beer had like a nice like West Coast like grapefruit peel kind of bitter finish, it might really be like baller.
Here's an idea, Nathan. Dry hop it.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like it had a substantial dry hop at all.
No, it doesn't. It seems like it was like they kettle hopped the shit out of it and then just kind of let it be.
And then I almost wonder if it didn't fully finish out because it tastes like it should be a lot drier of a beer. If this was maybe finishing in the single digits, like 1008, 1006, maybe, I mean, that's dry for an IPA.
For sure.
But I think it would help carry a lot of the other notes of this beer.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's solid. I mean, for me, it's probably for a beer that used to be like we talked about this earlier. Like used to be 100 out of 100 for me. This was my favorite beer forever. It's an A- beer for me now. I don't think it's like B, but I think it's A- probably.
I'd go like a solid 90.
Yeah,
I mean, you got to keep in mind it's listed as a double IPA, but Monkish and Treehouse and Other Half and Trillium, they're all doing 10% double IPAs that they're calling triple IPAs. So,
yeah, no, I mean it's a triple. Has it always been a CBD? Let's look at an old one.
This one it was in the 9s.
This is 10.
Before, is it 10? Maybe not. I know that back in the day when I used to live in New Richmond, Wisconsin, which is a little hole in the wall, by the way. They would sell this in the Hopslam glass. I think it was a 5 or a 12-ounce pour for $5. And I remember just sitting at that bar, and it was many of long nights because no one in that little town drinks Hopslam. They all drank freaking Coors Light. So it was on for like a month, and
Nice.
you know, it was a good time.
It's
a different beer on draft too.
It is for sure. It's where I get my favorite. When you go out, you drink 3 of these, and you're like, I'm hop slammed now. Like I'm drunk.
Really drunk.
Well,
really drunk.
And props to Bell's for doing this in 12-ounce cans, because this is a beer that needs to be in a 12-ounce can.
Agreed. Because Tall Boys would be brutal on this.
It'd be hard to get through. I mean, I think 12's about perfect. I mean, I'm about 2/3 of the way through this, and it's going to be a rough finish.
Yeah. I'm even debating a second.
Yeah, I brought another beer down.
Strictly because I want to go play. Did you? Well, yeah. I could open a Braxis, but that'd be a bad idea.
Sure, let's go.
I'll probably open a Bourbon County. I'll open a Bourbon County.
Yeah.
Joe says 22 ounces. Oh, Strandy's on. God, 31 people. What's up, everybody? No dick pics, John.
That's later. Got to do another beer at least.
Yeah, Bourbon County's next. We could mutually pop a Bourbon County. I haven't reviewed it this year.
I haven't either, actually.
We should probably do that after this.
It's in cellar, but I can go grab one.
Joe says open Black Tuesday. No.
I sold 3 of those today.
You black market banshee, you. I should have sold this
really
right there. Should have just sold it to you for $1,000, you fucker.
Yeah. Well, I can neither confirm nor deny that occurred.
No, it didn't occur. But I'm gonna settle. You know what, Nathan? This is actually getting a little bit better as it warms.
Yeah, I don't.
There's a little
disagree.
of that peach O candy thing going on.
Shave your head for a Braxis. That's amazing.
That's my buddy.
The one thing I'll say is that the one thing that really throws me off on this beer, it doesn't throw me off. The part of this beer I don't like is it does finish warm. Like,
yes,
I feel it in my esophagus.
Yes, yeah, that's what she said.
It's poking me in my esophagus.
Yeah. I think I'll settle at the 90, dude. It's a good beer. It certainly does not deserve the 4s or 4.5s and 5s that it gets all the praise for.
And so along those same lines, we discussed this. I don't know if we were off camera still or not, but is it because this beer changed, or is it because our palates have changed that drastically?
I think it's us. Joe says 90. Whoa. Yeah, I like Zachary Isom's idea of drink whiskey first and this beer is better. I mean, we could just be Team Eagle Rare tonight.
I got Pappy. We've got Eagle back here. Do it.
Rough. He says, I'd slap her with an 85 because DAT $17.99. You're not really wrong.
Actually, that's, if you're talking actually what it's like from a value standpoint, if you're adding that to your score, it definitely should probably be in the B range because it's definitely not worth it.
Yeah. I think like where we are, Nathan, with the ratings, and I know you hate them and I kind of hate them. Fuck off, John. Anyways, like price factors into how much I enjoy a beer. Availability doesn't necessarily. I mean, I paid $57 for that, but it was still Hunnits. So does it suck because it's more expensive?
I wish I had paid $57 for that.
Well, you kind of paid nothing for it, really.
This is true. I think that because I could buy a 4-pack of Julius or Green for this, right? I mean, a little tiny more with shipping, but that's
$20 for a 4-pack shipped. It's not bad. We have a request. Can we do Super Bowl picks and not pick the Pats for Mr. Jow there? Yeah, if you guys want to do some Super Bowl picks, that's cool.
Keep the ideas in comments real quick. We'll do that. But like, if you have ideas, guys, like this is new, so like we can throw in ideas we can do here, or if you want to see like shit later, like we can do that and add other people that are in.
I'm gonna see if Joe's around and see if he wants to pop in because he's a
Joe. Come say hi.
Yeah, Joe, I'm sending you a link, pal.
He's probably on his phone sitting on the couch. So Super Bowl picks. I am not going to choose the Patriots. Sorry, Joe. I've been, ever since the Dirty Bird, man, ever since Jamal Anderson, I have been about, like, that's my NFC team and has been.
Dude, Vic.
Yeah, I mean, Vic's great. My man, Tony G, that was, Chiefs Hall of Famer,
yeah.
Hall of Famer, went there. I wished he would have won the Super Bowl. Yeah, I mean.
Next to Gronk.
He is. No. No, he's still better than Gronk. Gronk if he stayed healthy.
Yeah, agreed. Well, we'll see what happens. Gronk's got a lot of time left, I think.
He does.
I got to be honest with you. Somebody else I don't know. I think I'm going to go with the Tom legacy, the Tom Brady legacy. I like to see dynasties, and I like to see the best of the best. Everyone does. Who doesn't? I mean, I think Matt Ryan could come out and surprise some people with Kyle Shanahan as the offensive coordinator. He's incredible.
Yeah, well, and on that note, it might be their last. Because if Shanahan's going to get the 49ers job, they might not be the same next year. So this might be Matty Ice's
year
to do it.
Yeah, I personally, they beat my Packers, so I guess at the end of the day, I would rather see them win. They're from the NFC.
They kind of spanked your Packers.
They fucking sucked so unbelievably bad. It was painful. Absolutely brutal. Kind of I felt like your Chiefs got screwed too, to be honest.
We scored 2 touchdowns. They don't score a touchdown, and we lose because it is what it is.
Bad call, but whatever. That's all right. Roethlisberger in other news today was talking about retiring.
So he can go rape more women, apparently.
Can you grab him by the pussy too? Packers are the Donald Trump of football.
That's amazing, John.
Oh. I think I need to kill this because I'm starting to hate it.
Yeah, it's reached it went from where it was getting better to now it's kind of getting worse.
It's getting like that really resinous. I don't know. I'm gonna give it a rinse. You grabbing a Bourbon County?
I can. I was rinsing my glass.
Do it up.
All right, we're taking a 5-second break. I'll go grab Bourbon County.
Me too. If any of you decide that you want to drink along with us and hang out for a little bit tonight, and prolong me from diving back into Resident Evil 7, fuckers, let's do some Bourbon County talk. Five seconds. But I agree about that Hopslam bell curve, by the way. My battery is draining. Stand by.
Oh, back. Blackout Jenny, I agree. Mr. Bruce. Wow, he's making a lot of noise. 16. I could have grabbed the last of all my 15s that are on the infected dates, and we could see if that was a good time.
Curious, Nathan. Curious.
Yeah. Hey, Ryan, I don't know. What's Cafe Royale? I'm not familiar with that beer.
All right. Ooh, 2014 BCS. That'll be nice.
It works. Interesting.
I don't know. What's Miles talking about?
Cafe Royale was a beer Ryan was talking about. It's from Aleworks.
I've
heard of it.
had it. Really good. I haven't had it in a long time, by the way. Yeah, look at this. We're reviewing beers that are distributed nationwide. Should we do Fat Tire next?
No.
I don't have any Fat Tire. No.
I don't have any either.
All right. Well, look at this, man.
16.
Yeah, 16 too. When was yours bottled?
Oh, Jesus. September 3rd.
All right. September 5th.
Nice. I almost grabbed a barley wine.
Oh, yeah. I could have grabbed your coffee, too.
Don't do that.
No. I might have to. I need Joe to come in so we can. So I can go help my wife out. She needs a little bit of help, but this pours out very cola-esque this year.
It does.
But
cola head for sure.
I can smell it. It's pretty incredible. Hashtag pasteurized.
Yeah.
Not wrong. There we go. Wow, dude, this smells so good. Mine's a little colder than yours, probably.
Yeah, mine was straight out the cellar.
It's not, but
I get a ton of dark fruits in this year, though. This year's.
Not in the nose, I don't. I get like a banana Foster thing, to be honest. Banana cream pie.
And it might just be because mine's warmer, but I'm getting
Totally.
big dark fruits and vanilla.
That's crazy how different they are when they're cold. They bottle it so far ahead of release, I believe, because, well, obviously they've had a lot of infection issues, but they've traditionally bottled them, I think, because they have so much of it to bottle that they do it.
Well, I think it's because they added the pasteurization this year. So they bottled it in like September, and then pasteurized it in like November when they bottled it. Like when it, I don't know, I guess that's not right because the bottle they must have pasteurized it before. I don't know. Maybe they're just ready at different times when they test the barrels. They're like, this is ready.
Yeah, maybe. Well, I'm sure the different blends and whatnot, because I think there's 2 ABV variants this year. I have 13.8 right here.
I thought they were all 13.8 this year.
I think there's a 14.2. I could be wrong though.
Is it? Okay. I didn't get any. Everything I bought was 13.8.
Same here. I didn't get any of the other ones as well. It must have been a regional thing this time. So,
I get a lot of tobacco too.
Yeah, I'll give you that. I do get that like cherry tobacco thing, and a lot of even a little bit of brown sugar. And barrel, of course. It's the biggest barrel frickin'.
Yeah, I mean, it smells boozy as fuck.
I
mean, it's big barrel.
Yeah, it's aggressive. It's definitely like, okay, yeah, this is definitely 14%, but it smells goddamn good. It smells like Bourbon County, right?
It does. Let's do it.
All right, cheers guys.
Buddy.
Hopefully somebody's drinking this.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah. So caramely when it's cold. So caramely.
Yeah, I get like a big like toffee vanilla, like nice like decadent sweetness that goes along with that like fudgy chocolatiness that it has. A little bit of burn at the end from the ABV, but just like it's mouth coating. It's so good.
It almost coats more than Assassin this year did. God damn. Yeah, that's
do you
like
want
creme brulee.
Do you want me to destroy Assassin on camera?
Do you have one?
I will here 2 days.
That sounds excellent. Feezy Brew says he has a bunch of 14.2, never did a side-by-side though. I did last year. I did the side-by-side of the 2 vintages before they were infected, or the 2 different ABVs, and they were a little bit different, but not significant.
Well, the 13.8 didn't get infected, so.
Ooh, interesting. And yes, John, Maduro wrap. Very tobacco forward.
Yeah, big tobacco. This is good though. This is more mouth coating than I remember last year's. Maybe that's just me.
Slightly. Totally.
Or maybe it's because my palate got so freaked out by what Bourbon County should taste like after all of the crazy infected ones I drank last year. I mean,
what do we fucking have here?
Hi.
Hola. Where's your
Can you guys
Bourbon
hear me?
County? Yeah, loud and clear.
Somebody.
The whole world can.
I have no Bourbon County right now. Actually, I just want to say hi. I only have like 10 minutes. I got to put my kids to bed pretty soon. I'm laying on my living room floor watching Patriots highlights, Ryerson.
Oh, you would be. Are you stroking?
Hashtag stroking.
I mean,
how's that Bourbon County?
Said who I hope wins.
Well, it's pretty goddamn good this year.
Why would you hope that the Falcons win? You're such a I root for the I fucking every World Series game, bro. I want the Royals to win so hard for you. I love you. Look at you.
I know, but you're beating all these beer bets.
I like the Falcons.
Maddie Ryan.
Hey Eric, how do you look at the comments?
You got to pull up the event page in YouTube.
I had to pull up a separate window with like his page.
Yeah,
is what I did.
do too. Yeah, I did too. Official comments.
Wait, you had to pull up.
You have to go to
YouTube separate.
Go to my channel and you have to click on the video and then the comments pop up. It's dumb.
Oh, gotcha.
It should just be in here for us. Actually, let me take a look. I might actually be able to throw a comments bar out, a chat bar out.
Oh, there we go.
That'd be nice.
I can see the chat now. It's weird though because the video is like behind.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just paused the other video, so.
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
So Joe.
Yes, sir.
Since you're on and you have 3 or 4 minutes.
Yes.
What did you think about Eric's response video yesterday?
I thought it was good. I thought he was very very what
Polite?
is the word? No, it's not polite. It's not polite's not the word. I don't know. You reached out very well.
I just didn't want to destroy any more community that was destroyed.
I don't think nothing's gonna get destroyed, bro. Like, I don't know.
I agree, but I just would rather take the high road and not be a complete asshole about it because I mean he's clearly talking about people who love channels.
Well, it's funny though because he was talking. I mean, he had said nobody, none of the beer tube people comment on his stuff, and like people in the chat are like, "This is amazing. I've never seen this before." They used to do this.
Yeah, they did.
I don't know why.
Chris used to do this with Ryan. He used to do it with Jameson. I don't think
Daniel, all those guys.
Yeah, and it doesn't even exist anymore. Half those guys don't care anymore.
Yeah, I don't know if they just stopped doing it because of that, but I don't know.
Yes, it's lonely at the bottom, Tyler.
Eric, never mind. I'm not gonna make bottom jokes.
It's okay.
It's not appropriate.
I think we should seriously shoot to do this though once a week, where we all just decide in chat. Like,
can we do it on Fridays though? Because I get up so early for work. Like, if we're gonna dome some beers,
this is bad right now. This is bad.
I know. The chat tomorrow morning is gonna be awful.
Burritos.
Everyone's gonna have breakfast burritos, dude.
Yeah. But no, for real. We should try to do this once a week if we can, and just do maybe a 1 hour thing. I can't even handle the comment section, but maybe we should do some stomping variants this weekend.
Someone else is making bottom jokes, Eric. It's good.
Oh yeah, I see that.
It's power bottom. Never top, always the bottom.
Oh, dear God, Tyler.
How dare you? Got that stamina, Eric.
No, but what do you think, honestly, coming from a bigger channel, you've been around a couple of years, you're huge, I would say. You're getting there at least.
Listen, I totally get the burnout thing.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I've been in the arcade hobby since 2004-ish, and I've taken many breaks, years and years off of stuff. So. And everyone said that. I mean, YouTube's not going anywhere, dude. You want to take a break? Take a break. Don't. Yeah. This is nothing to, bro. We're not making a living.
This is YouTube. Who cares?
We fucking talk about beer on YouTube. Really, no one really gives a shit. It's just people hanging out, talking to each other. So it's nothing to trip about.
I agree, Nathan.
No, I mean I agree. Yeah. I'll be completely honest though. I hope everybody took it as what a dick. I mean, that's the one thing I got from it was just if you're that lonely at the top, which is my new favorite hashtag, fucking comment on some people's videos. You're obviously watching us because the beers that we're reviewing, that we're doing. I'm sorry nobody sends you Treehouse and Monkish beers. I'm sorry, maybe if you weren't a dick, we would send you some.
Wow.
I'm
just throwing fucking haymakers.
Yeah. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to be a dick, but come on. I mean, I know I haven't posted in forever. I took a month off from drinking. I was tired of being fat. You're
eating good food and what now? Somebody said Dar would log on for 2 minutes and then he'd log off.
Well, hey, everyone has their own style. They do short videos. The thing here's the thing about commenting, and I mean, I don't know who he was talking to as far as I don't even know what beer reviewers he watches. I have no idea.
No clue.
But here's the thing. For me, if I comment on a video, it's because it's a beer that I either have had or want or I'm interested in. So, yes, fucker. I got to cancel my ticket to Minnesota now.
No, you don't.
Come to
Reno. Come to Reno.
Okay. But yeah, so that's the thing. If there's a beer that I want to drink or I'm seeking out, then I always try and comment on people's videos. If not, then I'll still watch it. Mm-hmm. And I just because people aren't commenting doesn't mean they're not watching. I mean, I don't know.
Totally. Half my viewers aren't even subscribers. They just listen in the background, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at videos, you'll always have way more views than comments. That's just how it goes. I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
But all it takes is one comment, 2 comments. I don't even care, but it's more fun if one person comments, because then you can sit and bullshit with them.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing is the people are commenting about it, his formula for really short beer reviews, which Dar has grasped onto as well. Nobody has to do it the same way. My thing is I don't get a lot out of those videos. For instance, I don't have anything against Dar specifically, but his vanilla rye faux video was 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Which are I want to talk I want to enjoy. Yeah, I want people to know what I'm feeling when I'm drinking that beer. Now, I have people that comment, they're like, if anybody cares, Nathan starts his review at 2 minutes and 37 seconds. That's great. I like to talk a little bit. So, if you're subscribing to my channel, that's what you're going to get. That's my style. I'm not going to change that for anybody. Joe, you do you. Eric, you do you. We're all different. That's the point. If we all drank the beer the same way, what's the point of watching any of us?
Right. I watch beer reviews. I watch more to like find out about people. I'd rather like tell a fucking story, or like Nathan always talks. You always give me a hard time about that. Like I always like talk about dumb stories about food I used to eat, or like stupid drinking stories. But like I honestly don't really care about the beer that I'm watching. I care more about like the person and what they're like talking about. That's why it's fun when people like Eric. I like what your beer reviews are fine when you're by yourself, but when John's there, you fuckers like sit and you riff off each other and you I
know the energy is completely different when you have a co-host.
Yeah, and it's like you feel like you're sitting at a bar with your buddy, hanging out, having a beer. Like you're not just watching someone be like, "Oh, this beer smells." That's how my videos are because I'm by myself for 99% of them.
Yep.
Yeah, but when you guys get together and slay shit, it's amazing. By the way,
but when you have a 17 beer day.
Yeah, what hashtag What Cheers? I miss Nick from What Cheers, to be honest.
I tried seeing him when I was at Trillium and he wasn't there. I was bummed.
I mean, 20-minute videos, but you know what? He had passion. He had drive. He had a lot of shit going on in his life, but at the same token, like when he got behind camera, he was going like from his heart about every single beer. So it was amazing.
I think from a quality standpoint, Nick crushed everyone. Like I feel like from beginning to end, his videos and how much he poured into those was way more than the rest of us poured into them.
He knew everything about
every beer. Yeah. Somebody just said something's wrong with Greg. Is everything okay with Greg? I personally don't watch Greg a lot.
He had some health issues, and then I think he had to get rid of his business, but then he opened up another one. I think he's doing better now.
Okay, good. Yeah, I don't personally watch him just because he's too much for me, and there's nothing wrong with him. He's not bad. He's funny.
I still watch a lot of his videos because he
shared in the background.
What's that?
I listen to him in the background at work.
Yeah, I watch his videos, or I listen to his videos because he likes to talk shit and he's kind of politically incorrect, and I like that. Yeah. He's old school and doesn't give a shit.
And it's like watching. He should call it like Greg Between the Ferns or something. Like that's the only thing about his reviews that drives me crazy. Is like the visual is so weird.
Greg Between the Ferns. I like that. That's good. Yeah. I like that he's just like no fucks given, and he just kind of drinks whatever happens to come out to him. It's pretty great. Yeah, John, you do rule. People love you.
I do love John.
I do too. I miss him. One of the best KBBS. I wish he was here right now.
One of the best beer reviews ever that Greg did was he did the Evil Twin. It was a pale ale that had like jalapenos in it. And when he poured it, it was so carbonated that the fucking head was going over the glass. It was like spilling down his arm, and he just lost his mind. The greatest beer review ever.
Unlike Chris's BGN review of Westy 12, where it's like pouring on the grass. And he's like
it was kind of like that.
Except he's trying to pretend like nothing happened. It was
and Greg just fucking, come on, Jeppy. Come on, Jeppy. This is fucking out of control.
Somebody says, Joe, did you get the opening the fridge thing from Greg? Yes.
No. Actually, the opening of the fridge thing, no. Not, well, I get he does that too, but I watch a lot of food people. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of people when they do vlogs of eating, they open their refrigerator to like grab shit, and their camera's in there, and so you can see them when they open it. That's where I got that from.
Right on. I like it.
But I understand the whole like. That's why sometimes I don't know people. I stopped doing it for a little bit and then whatever.
For me, it's like a word search. It's like a word search. I try and find a new beer every time you open the door.
I gotta go back and look. A lot of those beers are gone now.
You should film.
It sucks. Something happened to my refrigerator and the light doesn't work anymore. And I was like trying to figure it out the other night.
Ooh, that sucks.
It stopped working, so I can't.
New bulb.
I can't like do an updated one. No, I switched out the bulb and it doesn't work. I don't know.
By the way, Bourbon County is tasting Hunnits right now.
Yeah, it's
Hunnits.
Don't say Hunnits like a.
Seriously, I get more people saying like that. People know that's a joke, right?
I mean, we just all banter back and forth. That's our banter. That's what we do. That's like Joe came up with it and we adopted it, and it's been so much fun. So
I didn't even really come up with that though. Like I listen to hip hop music, and that's what people say. So I was like, if I'm gonna give a beer a 100, I think that's what they're saying. So I just started doing it. Tonnets.
Yep.
Yeah.
We throw in hunnets.
Hashtag
I was gonna
shares.
try. I was gonna try and get that little like the drop of that song and like play it in when I give a beer 100 like in the video, but I can't figure out how to do it.
That'd be sweet.
I'm gonna get a bell that I'm gonna ring.
I can't do it, dude. When John had the
The
DJ
horn?
Khaled thing, that was
Yes.
the fucking.
Yes. My production
was-
value was once a lot higher.
Dude, that was the best. Oh, can you guys see my dog?
Find it. Yeah. How's your dog?
Hey, Eddie.
she's old.
I locked mine up here. Let me see if I got it here. John even downloaded like a soundboard. That's for you, John. Yeah, John, your kids already put themselves to bed. You should probably just go grab a beer.
My kids put themselves to bed. One
Was
just,
that S money?
just walked by.
Where's your wife?
Yeah, she's working.
Oh, rough.
She teaches on Tuesday nights.
I forget it's like 2 p.m. there in California.
That's a great comment. So apparently, Joe, you and I need to state our case for why Brutal Gentleman or Monkish is better, respectively.
I've never had Brew Gentleman.
Wait.
Don't you-
It should be like a monkish brew gentleman trade between the two of yous, and then you guys all get on camera and review the same beer together.
That'd be sweet. I tried to
Dude,
get. I was gonna send him
a
some.
local brewery to him now.
I was gonna send you some, but you said you had some coming or something.
Feezy Brews asked for props.
well-
By the way, I don't have any prop.
Yeah, I don't either.
I think I might have a bottle of that coming. Maybe.
Well, then we'll leave it to
Hashtag
you.
out of the game. Well, Nathan and I reviewed Prop last year
Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
That was a good video.
in Reno.
I never get prop. It's so
fucking
much. It takes so much to
Hammered in the
get.
video.
This year it doesn't. It's not trading for shit because it sucks.
Yeah.
I was going to ask people who are in the comments, can you guys tell when people are drunk in beer reviews?
Eric?
Asking for a friend.
Eric, 20
I might recommend
out of 25 videos.
We're looking
I'm
up
asking-
Joe and I's Mexican cake vertical video.
Well, no shit, you're drunk.
Bro, Bourbon County rare, I was fucking hammered.
Yeah.
Yes.
I-
Cali Brandy Huna. Hey, shut up. No Assassin review was the first beer we did. Cali Brandy Huna, not drunk. Partially.
Oh, daddy.
So
Oh,
that'll
that's
get-
SR71, done.
Well, SR71 in Nathan's video, I was fucked up in that video.
that was at 2 a.m. That's what people don't realize. It was
And
2
after
a.m.
Assassin. Everyone go watch that video and grab a bottle of whiskey and pour mini shots. And every time Zhao says, that's dumb. That's dumb.
Just
You just
shots.
fucking shoot. You're going to be dead at the end of the video.
Battle Beer Nathan, the vanilla video, which was the last video I posted, I was fucking trashed in.
Yeah,
Were ya?
you were
Oh yeah, I was
pounded in
trashed.
that. Pounded.
So
That's
can we get a
funny.
vote in the comments? Should Joe fly to Kansas City to review KBBS?
Yes, I should. I just have to figure out when I can do that.
Can I come too?
No, you've had KBBS.
Well, I don't need to. I'll just drink water. It's fine. No, I don't care about the KBBS. I just want to come hang out. But seriously,
Yes.
somebody just said SR71 is better than KBBS. No.
I agree. Fresh. I agree. I have not had fresh KBBS though, so that changes shortly. Hashtag spoiler alert to those in the chat, but that's gonna happen soon.
My wife just texted me, you guys. The guy in the hat's dog. She doesn't know you, Joe, apparently. She does know who you are, but is being real awkward in the background. She said your dog is freaking out.
She just sleeping. Oh, is she moving?
I don't know. My
She's
wife
like Jack Russell, dude. Anytime she hears something outside, her head goes up.
Yeah, there you go.
That's probably what she's doing. She's laying down.
Oh.
She's old.
Yes,
She likes
yes,
to be
C
pet.
lawyer. I did say at one point SR71 was better than KBBS. They're different beers, I guess. You know, one's a maple coffee bomb, and one is effectively a longer aged assassin with some vanilla. We don't know.
Just a smidge of vanilla.
It's-
Let's. You're splitting hairs. You're talking about my number one and number two beers, right? I mean,
Same
for
here.
all of us.
Same here. Yeah.
So
Wait, what's your number one? I've never had KBBS before.
So I mean, 1 and 2 for me are KBBS and SR. So
Yeah.
I would flip them though, because SR I like a little better, but I've not had KBBS like off the tit. So
When you do, you are going to start straight up fapping. It's not even
Yeah.
pinching or stroking. You are going to just wildly start masturbating.
I don't know if that's allowed on YouTube.
and this
Actually, it is. There was like a video of like a woman's guide to shaving her vagina. I think
You
that's on
sent
YouTube.
that. I was like, how is this on here?
Did I send that to you?
Yeah.
How dare you say that in public?
Well, I watched it, so
Nathan, the Bourbon County is going down like water.
it is. This is ridiculous. I see.
Oh,
I
wow,
was
he's
like,
just drinking
"Man,
right out of the
Trump's
bottle."
tonight."
No, it's all right.
Fuckers.
Did you have derivation too, Ryerson? You did, right?
Yeah,
I've owned
I've
owned and drank all of them.
Oh, sorry.
No, and my last bottle of D2 I sold. Sorry, guys.
God, you're an
Is
asshole.
D2 maple or
No,
D1?
One's maple and smoke. So the maple's kind of faded and it's just smoke now. 2
Derivation
is
4 was fucking amazing.
so 2 is the same. It's a different vanilla bean though.
I've had 3 and 4,
Madagascar vanilla bean was 4,
but
right?
hammered every time I've had them.
Hammered.
So 3 is like it's the same as Maman, which you've had, Eric, but it's aged longer. Maman's aged longer.
My mom
I
is
wish it was called
amazing.
Yeah,
You had to go and sell them, you dick.
I have one left. Don't worry.
Okay. Bangers hangout. Hey, John, I got a lunker back there, buddy. If you were here, we'd be drinking that.
ISO Lunker.
Okay.
Is that that beer that wasn't on the top,
That's fine.
like barley wine sauce that I
Is
sent
that
out?
the beer that's not as good as great, John?
Hey, beef jerky. Calm down. Maman is better than Assassin, Zach. Thank you. I completely
Wow.
agree.
Well, better than this year's Assassin?
Better than probably all Assassin.
Fuck, really?
Maman's ridiculous, man.
The mouthfeel is sludgy. It's on par with KBBS mouthfeel. It's insane.
Damn.
Yeah,
Well,
I was
from what I
blown away.
understand is Maman is Abraxas without adjuncts.
Makes
like-
sense.
So,
Huh.
Anyways,
That sump, though.
that sump. I just bought. Hey, look, sump.
That beer is.
That's 16
Fire.
or 17.
Came out this week.
How much are those?
Do you have any 16s left?
Like this year?
Hashtag stroking.
I did, but somebody has one in a box that arrives tomorrow.
Fuck off.
Hey, you already drank one.
So?
Drink another. You'll probably get one of those 17s, dude.
Post the link to the vagina shaving video.
What?
Where is that?
What? Somebody says
I'm
we'll
pretty
see
sure
Trump
it's-
in Minnesota here. Well, then I'll just go buy that one and do a blind battle beers and do both of them. That's really not fun. The mama in French, also
My
AKA.
My YouTube search history is about to be woman shaving vagina.
Oh boy.
How is that? There's no way that's still out there.
You guys see the
Of
chat?
course it
My
is.
wife just said, "What percentage of this video?"
Oh my god! If you just put that in the YouTube search. It comes up as a
not doing it.
examination uncensored.
I won't do it. I'm terrified.
Oh my gosh! This is insane. There's a ton of them.
Hey, I have a story for you guys.
Self Brazilian waxing for females.
Okay, I'm not going to tell the story.
Oh my gosh,
Shit.
dude! YouTube is next level. This is like, am I on YouTube or RedTube?
I'm on
Where am I?
YouTube. This
Is RedTube really a thing anymore? I mean, Pornhub is taking over. Just saying.
I think so.
Wow. Okay, that's ridiculous. I'm sure there's,
It's like-
I'm sure there's people that are into that, and that's
The shaving fetishes.
good for them.
So you guys were reviewing beers earlier, or what was going on?
Yeah,
It
right.
went really, really, really down south quick.
So Hopslam, 2017.
Somebody says side project have a tap room, or is it Jesus? All the porn comments are flying in. Or is it
Easy.
part of Perennial? Yes, easy. It is part of Perennial. I think.
No, it's not. Stop.
Oh, okay.
No, it's not. No, I'm just messing
Stop
with
with
it.
your lies, Eric. Fake news.
So, Perennial and Side Project were one for a while, for like the early up until like about D2, Derivation 2, and then they opened Side Project Cellar, which Corey's wife runs, and she's amazing. So they sell on site there, and they used to do releases at Perennial, but Corey's new brewery just opened like a month and a half ago. So he's brewing completely away from Perennial now and has his own brewery. So now you can go to St. Louis, and they're a block and a half apart. You can go to Side Project Cellar and drink some stuff there, or you can go to the brewery and drink different stuff there. And most stuff they sell to go is in
Squad goals. Squad goals.
So he doesn't brew it. He doesn't work at Perennial anymore.
He quit Perennial about a year ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's amazing. He's a beer whisperer.
Hashtag sources.
He does.
Hashtag
he does what
cheek
he
stroking.
And he's such like like Eric is a home brewer. Like if you go sit at the bar and you're talking to Corey, like start asking him questions, he'll tell you whatever about his beers. Like I learned that derivation is made with extract malts, which is ridiculous to me.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he uses extract to get the mouthfeel.
You know, Central Water. Yeah, it's I know the name of the exact one that he does to create body. Maltodextrin. Maltodextrin. I'm pretty sure Sabo uses it too. Don't quote me. But talking with a lot of brewers, it sounds to me like, how do you wait? Are you talking about the beard?
Yeah, well, your wife's talking about it.
Scrolling.
And like,
I like this thing. It's red though.
It's his greatest accomplishment in 2017.
Yeah, it might be.
I like your style. I can't grow a beard, so good for you guys.
You can grow a soul patch like a madman though, which I can't.
I can't grow a whole beard though.
Hashtag jealousy. I'd take the soul patch. Seriously,
let me know.
Yeah.
I might go there on Sunday. I haven't decided.
Really? What's anything
you're going where on Sunday?
Four Hands is releasing Madagascar, which is their vanilla barrel aged stout, which is awesome.
Good beer.
So I might go down, hit that at noon, and then go to this brewery for a bit, and then come back.
I have PayPal.
Beautiful, you are killing us. Yeah.
Will PayPal.
Hashtag will PayPal.
That's like something I invented, and I feel like for a while it used to work.
Hashtag will Venmo.
There's a new one. Why do people like Venmo so much in the beer world?
I love it. No, if you trade a lot, PayPal will shut your account down. Like if you get like a lot, people that do raffles, if you get like $15, they'll consider you a business and shut you down until you fill out different paperwork and register and get taxed on it.
Yeah, I've started thinking about doing those razzles. $7 here, $7 there. Keep me drinking at home, and then I'll just win some shit, and then
I've never won ever.
Oh, well, then maybe I won't. My wife would kill me, and she's clearly watching this video. John, four trade baby.
Who wants a mustache, right?
Oh, those are good. I guess. Fuck razzles, you devil.
I agree. Fuck razzles.
Yeah, I've never done one.
Should I try and open another one of these? Mm-hmm. Outside of bangers, nobody's seen the ridiculousn's. Yes. I didn't send you.
Was it frozen?
Ryerson is going fucking ham right now.
Yeah, he is.
Is your Bourbon County gone already? Did you just pound that?
No, I still got this much left.
Oh.
No, I didn't send you this one, by the way.
Thank you.
After I saw the picture, I was glad you did.
No, I was talking to Joe.
I know you. I know you were. I'm just saying thank you anyways.
I feel like I sent you something, Aslan. Maybe not. I don't know. No, because I messaged Andrew. He's sending me a bunch of stuff because of this. Like, it was a train wreck, and I'm the only one that's reported it. It was terrible. This was worse than Never and Again.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, Joe, do you have like 5 minutes?
Do I have 5 more? Yeah, why?
My wife needs some help with something. I feel like Nathan needs somebody to carry the conversation. So
I miss Joe.
Yeah, why don't you guys bro out hard? I'm gonna go help my wife quick.
Wait, is she there talking to you?
She's in the bedroom. I'll tell
she's posting comments.
I'll tell you offline why.
That's funny.
There's a reason.
It's all good,
don't
bro.
Go have sex.
All right, yeah. No, maybe so.
Like, wow, he was back in 3 minutes and 14 seconds.
That's a new record.
A new record.
Yeah. What's up, buddy?
How are you, pal?
I'm doing good. I had a great day today, for the most part.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's good.
This is the first time I've been on camera since shaving off most of my beard.
You trimmed your beard down.
I had to. Video job interviews, man.
Oh, that's what you're doing?
Yeah. It'll come back. Don't you worry. So
you like that big beard?
I did like it. It was like down to here. It got down to here.
Keeps you warm in the wintertime.
Something. It was weird. Like, the sexual tension now. Somebody just said that's amazing. We do love each other, by the way. I tell him on an almost daily basis. No, but like, it's weird. Like when you do something like that, like when you like wear shirts and stuff and it like hits it provides like different sensations you're not used to. It's weird as fuck.
Like you're eating and you're like wiping all the way down to your shirt.
Dude, the worst. I'll admit to this. I don't care. I was eating this like egg sandwich and like the yolk like exploded. And it was all over. I had to go take another shower. I'm like, this is what people with beards deal with.
Or like you drink and there's a big old like suds whatever on your mustache.
Yeah, it's crazy. So people can know on the chat. I got KBBS coming.
I didn't know it was official. I know you were. I saw you were trying.
Yeah, I paid straight cash, homie.
When you're rich, you don't write checks.
No,
Nice.
so you can imagine, like, I'm like, oh shit, I just spent $1,400.
Yeah,
because I bought that and an Assassin. So, but I just sold a shit ton of beer. I made it back in one day.
yeah.
So it's coming.
That's fucking amazing. Did you get glassware too?
No, I don't have that kind of cash.
No.
It's like another $100 out.
Like that's my limit. Sorry.
I'm good.
Fuck, I got to figure out when I can go out there. I told you in a couple of weeks I'll have my baseball schedule, so I'll just make sure when I leave I'm not gone the same time as the other coaches are, because there's always a couple weekends where people can't make it.
Whatever, and if you need to like overlap days some way, I mean, I can take off days, whatever works.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
People crave it.
They ISO it.
In search of Joe and Nathan beer reviews, because let's be honest, we review way better together than we do individually.
Oh yeah, my solo beer reviews are terrible.
We all say the same
It's always
thing.
fun saying that. Everyone's like, someone will comment on like a really old video, be like, "Man, this video really sucks. It sucks just a little bit less than it does now."
My favorite, you need to start doing, although, well, I guess it's San Diego. You can do whatever the fuck you want and make everybody jealous. But I miss when you, like, for a period, did reviews outside. Like, there's like a Pliny review, the exponential hoppiness.
Oh, yeah. I used to do, well, I got to wait for daylight savings to start again.
Holy
shit. I get home from work now.
Darwin's in chat. Hey, Dar, what's up, buddy? Yeah.
Is he really?
Yeah, he just said best reviewed duo. I don't disagree with that.
What's up, buddy?
We should get Dar on here. Dar, so this is like
a
new thing we're trying. You should come and join sometime.
But yeah, when I get home from work now, it's 5:30, so it's dark. I can't do it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because back then, that's when you worked way closer to home.
Yeah, so I got home way earlier.
Yep.
And I got to do that. I know I should start doing that again. Although after the drought, my whole backyard everything's gone.
Yeah.
I don't
feel bad for San Diego. Although you guys had a ton of rain lately.
Bro, it's like people couldn't make it to work yesterday. It's like entire neighborhoods were closed. It was flooded. It was nuts. I was about to tell you it was cold today, but then it was 51 degrees, and that's not really cold. You know
how warm it was here today?
I was freezing.
60. It was 60.
Was it really? Today. It was warmer at your house than my house.
Suck it, San Diego. Not really. I love going to San Diego, but
San Diego's the best.
I enjoy it. You know what's funny though? So the only times I've ever been to San Diego, we're way off the rails from beer right now, which is fine.
I'm not even drinking beer. Sorry, guys.
No, it's all good. I've only been to San Diego the times I've been to your house. And the only time I've spent in actual San Diego was last time when I took an Uber downtown and walked around. And
like before you went to caught your flight.
I ate at that what was the burger place? It was awesome.
Was it Hodet's?
Thanks for holding on the phone.
Yeah, Hodet's. Hey, Eric.
Yeah.
Darwin's here. Well, he said he'd come on sometime. So I said that'd be awesome. Yeah, he's in chat.
Darwin, hey, what's going on?
Someone here, hold on real quick. Someone said explain Jow. So I was at a place getting food years ago, and the lady didn't know how to spell my name when I said Joe, and she spelled it J-O-W, and my friends all lost their mind for whatever stupid reason. So that's where that came from.
I feel like doing the, what is it, Wayne's World Combust a move where the games are played, it's chill, it's fresh, it's Jow's Arcade.
This man blows goats. We have proof.
Oh boy.
I love that movie.
You've seen Wayne's World.
Oh yeah.
Has he?
You have to assume that I've seen no movie, but I have seen Wayne's World.
That's true.
Have you seen Goonies yet? Have you seen Goonies yet?
You probably haven't.
Okay, I'll read.
Can I mute my microphone?
God, I'm the worst. Hey, what is this? Okay, he says, let me refresh. Might be a bit much with the four of us. I invited to have Darwin come in. Anna, stop it. No, I have not seen Goonies yet. I will do it if you guys will threaten to disown me.
We've already threatened that.
We already did that.
Kicked out of bangers. Hang on, I'm ordering it right now on Google. God bless.
I thought you already had it. Like, you took a picture holding it.
No.
I'd have thrown that
Casey
shit in
had
the
it.
box. I got that on DVD that I don't watch because I have it on Blu-ray now. Shit.
In the box.
I have it on my phone.
Do you really?
Yeah.
I wish we could just like have like a bangers file share.
Good.
You don't want to see my files.
Should I order the? Yeah, no, I don't. Should I order the Blu-ray? Does it matter? Should I just order the DVD? It's $4.
You've never seen Wayne's World? Holy shit!
No. God damn it, Joe. The Goonies.
Your wife just said you've never seen.
Your wife just said you've never seen Wayne's World.
Yes, I have. My wife doesn't know me that well.
Oh, hey, can I?
Yeah, you guys have only been together for 10 years.
Somebody just said.
And you're
Yeah,
like-
no, and I've seen.
And you're like
Wayne's World.
17, aren't you?
I
So,
wish.
Somebody just said something that's brewery related, so I feel like I need to jump on it.
No.
Yeah.
Peter asked me how the answer was in Richmond.
Oh, do you want me to read the sexual text that I was getting?
I lost my mind at the answer. So I met On and he gave me a shit ton of free beer. So I'm actually going to be reviewing some of it. I just haven't done it yet. He gave me, if you've ever been there.
No, Alex, this is not infected, but keep going.
Yeah, no, it's not. He gave me his Ondals, like a crap ton of them. So I'm going to review one or two of those, splice in some footage from the brewery tour that I went on. So, yeah, that's actually my next beer review. Oddly enough, people haven't realized because I'm posting not at all. I haven't recorded a video since New Year's Eve. So,
It's okay, dude.
yeah.
If you had noticed, I'd be. Never mind.
No. Minus brewery
I
tours. That's it.
Darwin, guys. It's just not cooperating all that well.
Yeah, so when Ryerson was at the answer, I was getting pages of text messages. This is fucking insane. Oh my god, holy shit. It was that over and over, and I was like, I need to get on a plane right now.
and
I'm like,
then
why am I laying on my couch?
And then I met On, who's the head brewer, and I guess I can say this now. Like, I felt like he has so much energy. It's like he was on coke the entire time.
Who is it? What for? Which brewery?
The Answer. They're in Richmond. They're just in the street.
You were talking about how they're like adjunct breweries of the world.
At best adjunct stout brewery I've ever been to. But they don't do it as like adjuncts though. They do it as like a randle, however you pronounce it.
So they're all made on site.
Dale Smith's been doing that a lot lately.
Zachary knows what's up. Mekong is a good nightmare. Mekong was my second favorite beer when I was there.
That's like our city beer, right?
So they did a collab, and he did a ondled version of it with coconut and coffee, and it was ridiculous.
Yes, we remember the time we drank.
This is more like a podcast than a. This is why people stopped listening to the arcade shit that I used to do, because we never talked about arcade games.
Hey man, it's life. Somebody's drinking the Veil. I Don't Want to Be You. I'm pretty sure I have that arriving tomorrow.
I Don't Ever Want to Be You, and I thought it was all right.
This one, well, complain. You have a box arriving Thursday with the Veil version.
What's the one that has the creepy old man like hugging the punk rock kid?
That was that collab one they did.
Joe, we need to
That's the
review. We need to review I Don't Want to Be You from the Veil together.
Yeah, you guys should do that.
Yeah, and Nathan, you probably have a can, don't you? Or should I send one back?
I have none left. I have one left. It's going to a buddy though.
So send you one back.
No, that's fine.
All right.
So you
can
gave
just
Hopslam a 90, really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
It's pretty good. It's fine.
Yeah, but your
for me,
MO
it's
these
about
days
92.
is just shit all over malty IPAs.
But we could drink this one.
Yeah, I think you should just do it.
What year?
No.
What vintage is that?
It is 12, 27, 13. I have two of them.
Remember when you drank a 2007 Stone Ruination or whatever it
I
was?
don't know.
That
That
was
bottle is still down here. It's over there though.
That is amazing.
Somebody says hoping Darwin's entrance isn't as creepy as Zhao's.
Why was mine? What I do?
I don't know. I sent it to his Facebook, so he's probably trying to figure it out. This was not easy to figure out how to set up. Nathan and I were like bantering back and forth for like 12 minutes. It was bad.
It was interesting.
Yeah, I Don't Want to Be You. I'm excited to drink that. Hey, Darwin, what's going on, dude?
Hey man, is my camera on?
It doesn't appear
No.
to be.
Oh, wait,
It's just a
let's
really
see.
smiley picture of you.
Yeah, you've got long hair. Now, like really, like almost angry bangs at that point.
Let me see how do I turn on my
If you go on the top, like
Oh,
just
there it is.
just hit turn camera on.
You muted
There
himself.
it is.
There he is.
Darwin, do you have any BC to
Boom.
drink? Oh, he's
One sec. Wait, I'm speaking now? You
Yeah.
guys hear me?
Yes.
I do have BCBS to drink. Actually, let me think. It's actually cellar temp. It's like around
Yeah,
50
that's what Nathan
degrees.
did. Just crack one. It's awesome.
Wait, which vintage though?
This year.
16.
2008.
I have things to do tomorrow. I'm like trying to think.
I know, same here. Yeah, I suppose it's what? 10:39 for you.
Hey, I'm sober
Yeah.
Joe tonight. Actually, I have to put my kids to bed, so
Actually,
I know.
sorry. The funny thing about BCS, if I drink one now, I actually have to wake up somewhat early tomorrow because there's a store local that is doing their 5th year anniversary. All you have to do is buy a 4-pack of Sophie, and he's giving away 5 pours of 8-ounce Bourbon County 5-year vintage.
Nice.
Oh, that's a good deal because Sophie's a banger. I like
Yeah.
Sophie a lot.
You get Sophie plus the 340 ounces vertical. So
Yeah.
Good deal.
damn.
And ham.
So what do you what Darwin, what's waking up early for you? Just wondering.
Asking for a friend.
Like 10?
on a day off after slamming Bourbon County.
You don't have
Like
to
10?
slam it.
Yeah, no, it's actually not that early. I have to be up before noon. So I'm
Come on! I have to be up at 7:30 tomorrow.
Bro, I
I
get
got
up
off
at
tomorrow,
3
that's why.
I get up at 3 a.m.
Darwin's losing tonight already. Go grab a
Yeah,
BCS.
All right, fine. All right, you guys were. I'll blame it on you guys tomorrow. I'll be right back.
Blame it on Eric and Nathan.
Yeah, that's
Wait, what if I crack a 15? That
Blame
might
it
be
on the
infected.
You do, I
alcohol.
don't care. That whatever.
What if it's infected?
I'll drink it. Whatever. We'll see.
How many views do we have there, Mr.
36 people are in. I imagine with everyone still here, it'll probably climb a little bit. I think the highest I've seen is 40.
Nice. I'm actually slightly impressed by that. My first question when Darwin gets back, I want to know what he thought of Chris's video.
I do too. Yep.
Oh, that's right.
I do too.
Did you-
I think he commented and he kind of said, hey man, take time if you need to, type of thing. Same thing we all kind of said. I'm rubbing my beard way too much. I'm done.
What do you have there? Like a baked potato or something?
No.
Big popping infected.
It's getting fucking really real now.
I don't have any. I don't think I would have to drink another Hopslam if I really wanted to.
Popping
I want to
infected
open
one
this.
for tonight.
I want to pop this Joanne the Mango Thief and see
Yeah,
if
I
it
think you should.
explodes.
Ian says Darwin's pulling out a French Prince press and he's about to cuvee something.
It's gonna be something fucking awesome.
Beautiful says bag of weed Nathan smelling. Zach Isam says beard rub 48%. Yeah, about.
Smells
Are you playing
okay.
Russian? Are you playing Russian roulette, Dar?
What?
He's back.
Sorry, what?
Are you?
Did you have a
Everybody
15?
wants to know if you're. Everybody wants to know if you're going to French press that and do a cuvee.
Oh yes.
I think I want a beer with Oreos, and I think the Veil just released a beer with Oreos, and it sounds amazing. So
I'm telling you, I think AleSmith did one with it was Speedway Stout with Oreos.
What was the one everybody was freaking out about today? There was one today everybody was losing.
I think it was the Veil with the Oreos they released.
Was it?
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, Great Notion just did that peanut butter one that was supposed to be really good.
Yeah.
Double stack, man. Wasn't it double stack with peanut butter?
It's called Peanut Brother. I don't know what it is.
I'm pretty sure I think they actually did crawlers of it now. My buddy was there in December
Is it
trying
infected?
to.
I was gonna say, Dar,
Yeah.
based on your reaction, is that infected?
Yeah, but it's a good infected. I'm like, you smell it, you try to figure it out.
It's like
has a
Tart
little
of
bit of,
Darkness.
yes, it's like Tart of Darkness, like Bourbon County Tart of Darkness.
Like fudgy tart of darkness.
It's like super thin. That's like the big giveaway. But it's actually like a blend. If like a really bad infected one, that's like super tart, but blended with Bourbon County. So it's not
Nice.
a bad bottle.
So you have like a
Not bad
decent
ones.
infected beer.
Curious whether I should drink this.
Yeah, I hate how Tart of Darkness is $20+ here on the shelves, and I just feel like it's not ever that. But I do enjoy the beer; it's immensely delicious. So
Tart of Darkness?
yeah, it's good. It's just not $22 good.
I had that beer before I was into sours. I need to drink it again.
So I got to respond to a comment, Alex, because you're my man and I trade with you all the time. That Joe Hunt, I threw it back in my fridge. The mango one, the can I opened was absolutely atrocious. I posted pictures to the guys that are on the chat, except our. It was ridiculously terrible.
It like blew up.
It looked like
frozen.
it was a horribly blended smoothie and that you poured. It was weird.
Yeah, so I called Andrew, the brewer at Aslan, because I had just been there, and he said that's not right. So I have another one to open to see if it's any worse or better.
Has anyone else? Did they open any to see if it was like that?
Nobody's had problems except me. So, but I got the first ones because it hadn't been released yet. So he gave them to me, and I bought them, but he gave them to me. And I took them a week before release because they were canned like a week prior. So I don't know if I got like the first runs off of the tank. So it was just like ridiculously mango. I don't know.
Yeah, it looked like legit, like you. I don't even know. I said it looked like you threw up in a glass, but
yeah,
it was weird.
Bad.
It was really, really weird.
I literally thought it was frozen and arrived on your doorstep frozen.
Yeah, that's it. No, you're actually right. It did look.
That's really what I thought. So
yeah. So let's circle back a second since Dar's on here. Dar, we started this out talking about Chris's video.
Well, he actually just got asked, so he can.
Oh, he did. He responded to the comments.
Did he? I was gonna say. So talk about it a little bit since I'm mute and talk about it.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I think it's probably hidden somewhere. But one of the videos, someone asked like, "Hey man, like, what happened to all that weight you get like lost?"
Oh, and, no, we saw that one.
People were making fun of him and he got really fat again, and I think that's super rude. But
I mean, I noticed, but like, yeah, like, what is that to, that's his issue. And then he comes up with this, like, no offense, like, pretty revealing comment, like, hey man, like, I'm on this medication and like depression and this and that. I'm like, that's very intense to share with, like,
oh, I didn't see
asshole
that.
people on the internet that control you. So I saw this sort of coming up if he's going to release a video like that. And I just don't know what there is to say. Like, he basically said, like, I have shit going on in my life. Like, this is not my whole life. I'm going to take a break. I'm excited to do more new content.
I thought it was really like bad that he kind of crapped over everyone else's channel that doesn't have 40,000 subs. That was my biggest gripe, is when he kind of was like, I don't know how people with low subscriber counts persevere. That comment just didn't need to be like. Everyone has different reasons for doing YouTube, and everyone has different issues in their personal life. So when you kind of did what you did, you could have done it differently, I guess, at the end. But I get it. He's got things going on. And take the time. Dude, it's YouTube. Who cares?
See, I would interpret that as he's doing it just because there's so much support. So, like, he's giving more power to people that do it without the support. Like, you're just basically speaking to nobody. Like, like, more power to you. You guys are super special, and like, make me like such a big. No offense, like, I started off like there's like 10 views, right? And then like, all right, well, pretty much nobody watched this, like,
Well, I mean, that's everyone. Even his first videos were like that. That's how it is. That's how YouTube is.
Yeah, my first videos have like 25 views ever, and now they're bigger than ever. I don't know why, but they are. Mm-hmm. Mike Keffer says dat beer review money. Spoiler alert: there isn't really any money in it.
Yeah, you're not. Yeah. Nobody's making a living unless you're fucking Casey Neistat or whatever his name is.
I bought Joe a beer like last time I was in San Diego, and that was all my YouTube money for a year.
Here's my $7. Yeah, unless you're PewDiePie, you're not making a living off of YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
iJustine, MKBHD, all those people who.
But I've said this. We've talked about this before. Like a beer review thing. Like, come on, it's a super small niche thing. Kids aren't watching it. You're not going to have teenagers watching it. There's a small demographic of people who are into craft beer. No. And even there's a bunch of people, if you look on Beer Advocate, they're like, who watches and reads beer reviews? You guys are fucking idiots. They're like, we just want to drink beer. They're like, the whole reviewing thing is like such a small thing. It's just, you do it for fun and to make friends and talk to people.
The camera goes on as like, for me, and I think you guys can all relate. And for me, it started as like a personal vlogging entry of like, before Untapped was a thing. It would be like, all right, hey, I'm going to film what I think about this beer off the top of my head without even thinking. Yeah. And then go back and watch it 5 years later when I drink the next vintage. Yeah. And God, those videos are terrible now. But you know what I mean? Like it started personal, and now I've met a lot of really, really amazing people. Hence, we're all in a chat together on a.
That's what I'm saying. Like you do it to meet people, and to, if you want to trade beers that you can't get, like it's a good way of like, it's like sitting at a bar with a buddy having a beer, except it's a long distance relationship. We all just live far away.
I actually want to hear from you, both of you, because Eric just said it. Like, what is it in a short story, like the true inspiration for what got you to turn on a camera and like talk about beer? Because that's a very strange idea to really start up and like, get into.
It is, because like when you see that little like red light turn on, you're like, I'm talking to myself about a beer. This is really, really weird. And the only reason I did it was because I was wanting to trade for beers, and so I would watch other people do it, and then, I mean, I don't know, I guess I was like, I want to try it, And there was videos that I did before that I never even uploaded. I just wanted to like practice talking into a camera. And so like there's videos before that I never even uploaded. And I was like, you know what? Everyone else is doing it. Maybe I'll do it and just see if I can, I don't know. Is it kind of like a MySpace of like beer, of like just trying to meet people?
Pretty much. And yeah, Joe, like I remember when you had just first started, you were under 100 reviews and you were like emailing. I think we were emailing at one point and you're like, I want to send you some Treehouse. I'm like, why is a dude on the West Coast wanting to send me some Treehouse? And then it all just started from there. It just
Well, Darwin sent me my first can of green, and I was like, "Fuck, I am addicted to this beer." And then once I could get it, I was like, "I want to share this with other people."
It's crack cocaine. It's the best ever.
And then the funny part was, like, at the beginning when I had extras, people would just like leave a random comment, like, "I wish I could try Treehouse," and I'd message them, I'm like, "Send me your address," because I'm like, I want to share this with people. I can't do that anymore because I don't get it like that anymore. But I would just be like, "Send me your address. I'll send you some Treehouse," and everyone's like, "What the fuck?" And I'm like, "It's beer, dude. Like, who cares?" Like someone was kind enough to give this to me. I want to give that back. So there you go.
I want to remind you that was literally 2 years ago because I'm going back to EBF in a week, and I went up to EBF on the way to Treehouse when I sent you that green. So I just want to I love nostalgia, and to think about how far like all of us have gone in 2 years is like pretty scary.
It was March 30th, 2015 was my first can of Treehouse beer.
I'd have to go back and look, but I just remember having sexual dreams forever about green. Green is seriously, it's amazing.
You know what's cool about green is that 2 years later, it's still my favorite beer. Like I've had awesome beer. I've had beer that's probably better, but it's my favorite. Yeah. Like we always talk about that. Like
the beer that's fallen off that like in the onto the wayside or whatever you call it, but green still,
right?
And Treehouse still, like,
it's like sports. Like
this is pretty good.
Nobody cares, Eric.
Whatever. Oh, hey, Dick Swing.
I know. But no, for real though, green. If you could put like, I always get the question: if you were on an island and could only drink beer for the rest of your life, would it be? It'd be green, hands down.
Yeah, it would be for me too.
Yeah, it's the same. And honestly,
I'm a hops guy. Like someone, I could be like, I would only drink SR71 forever.
No, fuck that. You'd be 450 pounds in 2 beers.
Who cares? You're on a deserted island. What does it matter?
Well, you're not wrong. But an occasional like airdrop of Julius would be super nice too.
An airdrop.
Yeah.
Well, and for me, green was my first beer review, like ever. And I actually, like, my goal is to re-record that at some point because the review is fucking terrible. It was filmed on my phone, propped up against a bottle.
I film on my phone, jackass.
Well, that's on you, bro.
I know.
So as far as why I got into it, Dar, I mean, I don't know why I got into it. I think Joe just fucking pressured me into it, to be honest with you. I mean,
really?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's one of the reasons that I did it was just you're like, because we talk about beer. Like back then, Joe and I texted about beers constantly, constantly.
Hashtag Joe's kids.
Hashtag Joe's kids.
Sorry.
No, so I think that's kind of why I got into it because I mean, I'd had green once and then you sent me a second can and that was when I started reviewing. It's funny because, you know, I'm sure a lot of people know this by now, but Joe and I met through beer, which is crazy. And I think that's why, I don't know. I mean, Twitter is how we met and we started beer trading. And then I started watching, I didn't even watch your videos until we started trading. I followed Joe through the podcast. I didn't even know beer reviewing was really a thing.
Yeah.
Because everybody started with BGN. I think the first 2 reviewers I ever watched were Joe and Darwin, which is a true story. So Darwin, when you were down in your basement bar, like darkly lit, like much less slicked back hair, like
remember you used to have like 1,000 bottle. You had like 1,000 bottle caps, like just stacked up. I'm like, this dude fucking drinks. This is awesome. Honestly, I think one of the reasons too I started doing reviews, it kind of like takes me. So I mean, being in an arcade hobby, when I went to my first arcade event, when I went to California Extreme the first time, I went there and I was like, I'm kind of different from a lot of these people. And I noticed like when I moved to San Diego, I would do like brewery tours, and it's kind of, so I've gone like wine tasting a couple times. Wine tasting is like way like over my head. I can't figure it out, but like these people are talking and I don't understand anything. And I kind of was like, I kind of want to do beer reviews because I speak very, like I'm the dummy beer review person. Like I don't, well, no, I'm saying I don't like, I'm not a person who's good with words or like, I
disagree.
So
You're
like,
awesome.
Yeah, I'm like, maybe if I do beer reviews, there's other people who say bro and dude and fuck, and know.
Yeah, you
do
got
that.
that Cali. You got that Cali twang to your voice, and it
Well,
works.
it's not even trying to be that, but it's just like maybe, you know, I'm different with, like, I have so many friends in that other hobby that are way different than me, but we all get along. And it's just like all the beer reviewers, we're all different, but we all hang out and we all, you know. I think that's another reason I started doing it. I'm like, maybe I can find someone else who would just sit down and be like, fuck, this beer is good. Because I do that a lot. I don't mean to, but that's just what I do.
Somebody asked
like-
a really quick question. What do we all do professionally? I think that's an interesting question because clearly we don't do YouTube professionally.
I'm a stripper.
I go by the name of Well Hung.
Whoever wants to go.
You guys go ahead first, because I have a actually really long answer. And I'm curious about you guys replying to it. So you guys go ahead first.
Wait, you have an answer of why you started doing beer reviews or what you do for a living?
Oh, okay. So I'll that's two questions actually. I'll do that one, and then you guys go with the one.
Yes.
So how I got in is that I started off with probably like Beer Geek Nation, some Greg's. Huge one is actually Master Poppins. I'm a big fan of him.
Yeah.
I love Peter.
I love Peter's.
Yeah, Peter.
Did you guys ever watch The Hoppery? Real quick, sorry, as an interjection. Mark Stark,
also
amazing.
Who's the other guy? The other
Sorry,
British
continue.
guy?
Continue. Darwin.
Oh,
Real Ale,
Rob?
Real Ale.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
Real Ale's good.
So, I mean, that's how I thought to build a palate. Like you sort of explore into craft beer. You know, get your first Enjoy By, you get your first Rochefort 10, you get your first whatever, and you just sit in front of Beer Advocate and YouTube and just sit there comparing and contrasting notes. And I did that for a few hundred beers, or maybe, yeah, probably a few hundred beers. And then I decided at one point, like, I mean, I still see myself as a relatively humble person, but like, hey, like, why don't I throw myself in the ring out there? Because I certainly see that there are things that I offer that these people are not doing. The big one, obviously, being, again, I'm not trying to be, disagree with what Greg does, but I personally don't prefer how I do my reviews compared to Greg. And that's, I like that people have that.
We're all unique, for sure.
We're all unique, right? And so I wanted to, offer that different spectrum and, whatever. I wanted to push my own unique personality and how I do reviews. So anyway, that's how I got into it. So there you go.
Cool.
Well, I have an interesting question.
That's what you do.
I have an interesting question though. I feel like your reviews have evolved quite a bit over time. Like one thing to a point, like mine and Joe's and even Eric's are like a lot longer than yours, and I've even tried to tail back a little bit because I understand like, it's hard to watch 15 minutes of me talking about whatever the
5 minutes
talking
is
about.
a sweet spot. So
yeah, so I mean, is that a conscious effort? Because like the one that I really noticed was recently, like your Beer 1000, where you did VR and Faux in 2 minutes, basically. Like I feel like those two beers maybe deserved a little bit more, but still trying to like really concise, like keep it like short, like keep it concise and all that. Is that like a conscious effort for you? Obviously,
it still smells like maple, by the way.
Smelling an empty bottle. Get out of here.
It was always a conscious effort. Even when my reviews were like 5 to 7 minutes, that's still relatively short to many other reviewers. And then actually had, it's really crazy how awesome fans are. Like I had this person like send me, messages on Instagram, just like very critical, but in a like constructive criticism way. It's like, you're doing too much energy, you're moving your hands too much, like cut the reviews to this length, like that bottle should be turned a little bit in the back end. Like
seriously,
it was very, very intense.
Block that person.
But then I look back at it and I was like, so I've been doing the same thing for like
$75,
a year and a half or 2 years, and I really have not transitioned much. Like, how do I actively improve? Like, why don't I watch? And I watch my reviews a lot, but like I could hear myself drone on. But at what point do I really hone in on making it truly something better? And I mean, you guys, put out so much content. I put out so much content, and no offense to you guys, but I don't sit through full 7 minutes. I try to skip through a little bit. Maybe I play with the 1.5 to 2 speed thing.
I do the same. I do the same thing in everyone's reviews. It's a matter of time. There's too many of us out there. It's a noisy arena.
Absolutely. So
how dare you? How dare you say that?
For sure, it's a conscious effort to try to keep things clear and concise, and I think that hopefully opens it up to other markets of people that might be trying to get into craft beer. Because no offense, like if I'm not really that into craft beer, I don't want to hear you talk about it for 5 minutes. I can maybe lose an interest in a minute. So you really have to grab my attention real fast. and I hope that's not me selling out in some sense. So it's still, again, it's still a time.
Dude,
you're
doing you, and I think in the same token, like I think it's nice that somebody could go to your channel and then they can migrate to Joe's review, my review, and Nathan's review if they like all of us the best, if you will. It doesn't matter, I don't care. But it's nice that they can like literally fill a work day with beer reviews. If you think about it, if they watch everybody, they could have it in the background if they're on their desk job.
Well, that's the thing.
That's entertainment.
I've never worried about length because for me, I've watched YouTube for years. I work at a desk, so I just listen. I don't watch. I just listen to everything. So it can be an hour-long video. I don't care because it's something to listen to while I'm working.
Right. Same.
But
that
makes sense when you're like, hey, I'm trying to reach other people. You know, they don't know who I am. What do they care if I'm going to sit here and talk for 10 minutes?
True.
So that makes sense.
So wait, we had a question though, and I think somebody's still watching. What was anyone saying? Thanks, Jay Porter. What was everyone saying? Like they asked what we do professionally. I only am sort of curious because I kind of know what you guys do, Joe and Nathan, but not really.
I do sales.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the same. When you say you're in sales, it's kind of boring a little bit. I'm actively looking for a new job, but it's in the same vein as what my current job is, so it's not like it's a big deal. I'm in sales for a software company, so.
No, I do underground electrical estimating. There you go. The hashtag desk job life. That's
I do clinical research in pulmonary medicine. So,
God, you do love stroking your beard,
dude. It's a thing. I'm so sorry. I enjoy it immensely. I can't wait for it till the day it's this long. But no, I work in the medical field, so I'm not always at my desk. But when I am, I try to hit you guys up for chat.
Right, let's do it.
Slow day tomorrow, by the way. So
Dar said his answer was going to be long and distinguished. So I'm curious what that is.
So start off, like I manage a beer store. I've been doing that for probably a year and a half now, and I've had a stint like pouring at a brewery and stuff. But in the past few months, I was actually curious about like because all my friends know about it, and like this is pretty much like all I can talk to about with them because it's like a weird time for me. But in the past few months, I've been just like trying to figure out a transition time. First of all, if you guys don't already know, I'm also an attorney. Literally.
I knew that about you.
2 years ago is when I was sworn in. So like barely.
Yeah, I mean, you talked about it in one of your videos. You're reviewing something saying you were celebrating passing the bar, right, or something.
Yes,
I remember that video.
That was Marshall Zhunkov. Like, yeah.
Is that what that was? Yeah, I remember watching that.
So yeah, 2 years ago I got sworn in. Didn't really find anything that I wanted to do, which was hard. And then so the store was opening up near me, so ended up jumping on that and have not practiced law really since I got sworn in. And so now it's like a huge transitionary time for me to figure out. Like I've worked at the store for a year and a half now. Like I really need to do something a little bit more with my life. And so. It's just a lot of soul searching. I've been, sending a lot of emails out. I've literally a spreadsheet of like, it's almost up to 50 now. So I'm working.
Do you want to do something in beer for like the rest of your career?
Yeah, exactly.
Could you get into legal with different breweries and stuff like that? Being like sworn in, is that something that you?
Yeah, that's something a lot of people have actually offered. Like literally every single person I've spoken to about this has told me that. But in the end, it's like, hey, you have a business and like here's these contracts and here are these, like, you have a building opening. Oh, you want that license? Like, let me figure that out. Like, for me, I'm glad to maybe, step into that one day. But right now I'm like completely digging onto the other side. I'm like actively, I should have taken it a long time ago, but hopefully in April, I will have taken Certified Cicerone by then. And even then.
I thought you were certified already, or did you just pass the initial exam?
Yeah, the initial exam.
Oh, congrats. That's cool in itself.
Yeah, no offense, you guys can probably pass the initial. It's like an online test, open book, it's whatever. Sure. It's a huge difference, which is strange that they offer such huge differences between the tests.
It's all about money, I think. I have a friend who passed the written exam, and he's not doing anything with it. It's like, well, why?
That seems stupid. Because it actively takes a good amount of money and time to study for it.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
It's like the beer MCAT, if you will, in a way.
Yeah, sure.
Not really,
and then
kind of.
down the horizon, I do want to see myself like, studying for advanced Cicerone as well. But yeah, I mean, right now I'm just trying to figure out like, what kind of positions I can find and move on. And,
Well, you're still really young too. You're way younger than me, I think.
Yeah, aren't you pretty young,
like
Darwin?
25 or something? How old are you?
I had to go to law school. Where do you think time?
27.
Law school's 3 years. I'm 20. Wait, no, I'm 29.
You're 29?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm 30. So
25.
you're not.
Yeah.
I thought you were way younger than me, Darwin, for whatever reason. Even that you went to law school, I thought you just were. You're in for a birthday, man. 30 is the magical number where you can't drink on Sunday night.
You turned 30 this year?
Wait 1 second. I turned 28 this year. I apologize. I didn't want to stop you guys. You're like going on like
Darwin's
so close.
BCS.
The effective BCS has gotten to me.
You just went from 29 to turning 30. Now you're turning 28. How old are you?
I'm 28.
You're 28?
Yeah, September 30th, 88. I'm 28. Yeah. Okay. So I turned this year 29.
There you go.
Young.
Yeah, I try not to think about it. That's why I don't remember my own age.
You're good, dude.
You're super
I'm
young.
not that much younger than you guys. What are you guys?
I'll be 44 this year.
What the?
I'm just kidding.
He's not four.
No, I'm 30. I'm 30.
Yeah, see,
How much are you? How old are you?
35?
No, you're like 32, but that's cool.
No, 35. I turned 36 in March.
I'm 34. I'm 34.
I was born in 81, bruh.
I never envision you. I've met Nathan multiple times, and every time I meet Nathan, he does not act his age. Don't take that the wrong way, Nathan. But we have such a phenomenal time every time we're together. So,
I don't disagree. I
act like an old man. I go to bed early.
dude, this is way past my bedtime on a weeknight, but I'm having a good time. So why not, right?
Boom.
What the hell? There we go.
Hey, open up one of those vintage Hopslams. I'm curious.
I don't want to do it.
But you can drain pour it. It's old.
It's gonna be terrible.
Darwin, Nathan has a 2012 Hopslam at Cellar Temp.
Hey Joe, I just realized something. I forgot to send your glass to you.
Hashtag Joe's kids.
How dare you?
That one. That's yours. I forgot to send it.
Ooh.
What glass is it?
Darwin, are you a Hopslam fan?
It's an Aslan stemless.
Oh, I
That like hop bomb glass? It's so
Oh,
awesome.
Yeah.
Chug a whale.
Uh-oh.
I'm not gonna
Don't
chug
do
a whale
that
on a weeknight.
No, sorry.
Sorry.
Eric, what you just asked about my glass?
I was curious if you're a glassware whore in a way. I used to be a lot. Like I used to have. Thanks, Alex, for tuning in. By the way, I used to have a ton of glassware, and I just was like, it got to a point where I was monopolizing 2-3 cupboards, and I cut down significantly.
I have about
Fuck, I do have to put my kids to
15
bed.
glasses, maybe. Like
Yeah,
15
about here. Same here. And I kind of rotate
Too
through.
many,
I'll
like-
get rid of an old one and then get a new one.
I have
Can
like
we talk-
40 glasses.
Right.
Can we talk about this? Smells terrible.
Ryan
Are you going to
says.
drink this? Nice.
Ryan says I got to put Joe's kids to bed.
Oh, this is
I have to do that.
terrible.
What do you drink?
I have a. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, that's not awful. It's not offensive. It tastes like
Is it really 2012?
It's 13.
2013?
You're terrible.
I
It tastes like a barley wine.
I
know
should
it does.
send all of you Indeed Let It Roll just so you can just vomit on the table.
It smells terrible though.
I have a like 1.5-year-old Sly Fox IPA.
What's Sly Fox?
What? It's in Pennsylvania. The only reason I have that, by the way, is like I pull old beer off our shelves and like they end up like sitting in the back and we don't end up doing anything with them. So obviously studying for Certified Cicerone, I thought like, oh, why don't I just drag the old can, home and smell it and taste it and whatnot. So I do have them in my fridge. But...
So you just take one for the team and drink old ass beer?
No. I don't drink. The whole experience of it is like to smell it, take a sip, and I would not purposefully drink that whole can for my own, interest.
For science.
Yeah, I'm drinking effective beer right
that.
now. So.
Here you go. Check out this beer.
Hey, I feel like I need to just drink another Hopslam.
Did it like gush out of the can again?
Exploded everywhere.
No, it didn't.
So
Do
weird.
you want me to take? I'll take a photo and I will show all of you.
Yeah,
So this is.
I'm gonna grab a
fucking
water real quick.
Fuck me.
God bless it,
So
Nathan.
what kind of beer is this? And
It's from Aslan. It's their latest canning run.
and so what? It's exploding. Is it infected or what's the deal?
I don't know. He couldn't explain it to me. I'm the only person that's reported this problem.
So have you tasted it?
I did last time I opened one, and it was terrible.
He said it was. He said it was worse than Never and Again, Darwin.
So is it a fruited IPA?
It's mango.
Can you see that? It exploded.
Talk, Nate.
Fucking
Look at that.
everywhere.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Do you see that, Darwin?
Yeah, I see it. I'm trying to figure out what. I mean, again, sorry, this is the geeky side of me trying to figure out what that is.
It went fucking everywhere. This is ridiculous.
So there's a possibility that there's still yeast inside that can.
So my guess is that the fruit wasn't pasteurized beforehand, and they put it in, and the yeast re-fermented in the can, and that's what's causing this.
Yeah,
my guess.
Yeah.
But I have no idea because this exploded worse than the last one, and it's fucking pissed me off.
Do you know if that's a general process with IPAs? They pasteurize the fruit before.
Well, they should, but they don't. I don't think most breweries do because they want a quick turnaround, and it's a lot of work to pasteurize.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at least it's some work. I mean, right?
Yeah. For like something like the Jester King beers, they don't have to do that.
No,
because you're purposely fermenting with the fruit. But I guess you don't want to purposely ferment with the fruit when you do something like an IPA. So.
Exactly. Because you assume it's going to have a short shelf life and all that kind of stuff. But this has been in cans for less than 2 weeks, so whatever.
Oh, okay.
I have a question for you guys. Just as
smells amazing. It actually smells amazing. But
The vote is yes. Drink that.
Christmas bomb or Hopslam?
Christmas bomb. You already had a Hopslam today.
Truth.
By the way, I almost bought a Hopslam today, and I decided not to because it's hard to leave work without beer, and today I actually did that.
Good job.
I'm thinking to myself, why do I need to do this to myself 3 years in a row? I ran through
it's not good. I mean, we gave it a 90, but it I don't know. It's a struggle.
Thinking about how I rate beers now, I'd probably push a bit lower. I don't know.
Oh God.
So we could talk about I don't know if you guys want to talk about it, but I'm trying
This is Green Pepper City, by the way.
No, Dar, what are you talking about?
System. I'm trying to revamp my rating system. I felt it was very rote early on, high hunnits here, and then these styles still get decent ratings. I wanted to just give more flexibility. And actually, this goes to a huge question I had earlier about we all are in constant agreement about green, but do you see that in a year, 2 years, 3 years? That this still stands as the beer that you
so we talked about this. Eric and I talked about this when it was just us two earlier when we were doing Hopslam. Hopslam was my favorite fucking beer for 3 years.
Yeah.
And is it just that Hopslam changed as much as I think it has, or is it because my palate changed as much as it has with drinking Treehouse and Trillium, and even a stair step into toppling Goliath the first time I had Pseudo-Sue before even Treehouse existed? Is it that? So what's the next beer that does that and takes it to the next level? Mm-hmm. Or is it that Hopslam got worse? Because I think it's a little bit of both.
I pray that it's Stone Ruination 4.0 because I can just buy that on the shelf.
Good luck.
What are they up to now with Ruination? Is this still 2.0?
No, I'm saying I'm hoping in the future that's what it is.
Okay, that's right. I didn't get the joke.
I could just walk down the street and get it.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
No, I don't see why green would stop being, just because isn't it about what hops you like?
No, it's about is that the palette you're going to stick to? My 2016 was literally 8 IPAs.
All the IPAs.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Hey, that's what I'd like. And
exactly.
Well, see that me too. I'm a hoppy beer person. I mean,
Sure.
December I made a conscious effort to drink stouts, and I really, really enjoyed them. But for me, I would rather sit down and eat something and drink a hoppy beer. I can't just
the caloric value that comes into play with the stout. I don't want to know.
It's not even a caloric. It's not even caloric value. That. All of that aside, when you first start drinking beer, when you're in fucking high school at a house party, someone has a 30-pack of Natty Ice, and you're like, "We're gonna pound these," and so you drink beer after beer after beer after beer. So you're used to just sitting and drink. You can't sit and drink a 12-pack of a stout. It just doesn't. It's not beer for me has to be refreshing. I want to enjoy it all. if it's a stout, it's going to be at the end of the night. If it's a sour, I can only have a couple of them before I can't taste anything anymore. But hoppy beers, I can just drink and drink and drink because it just tastes that good to me. It's cold. It's
They're
like
killer. They're killer. They
refreshing.
smell like water.
Yeah, it's like I love those hops.
I've never been drunk off Treehouse. Like I've never.
I mean, you have to be able to have a lot of that.
Well, yeah, that's the point.
I
I've never just been able to like amass enough. I've tried drinking like I got a box once and I had like, 6 cans and I tried drinking all 6 in one evening. Terrible idea.
I have moments with Joe. I don't remember, but I have photo proof that they exist.
Oh, that's true.
Treehouse
That's
and
true. But Dar, when you're at the anniversary party, like, did you just sit and you're just pounding Treehouse, right?
Yeah. So what it is that you think that it's not that much beer because they give you 10 tickets and you get, I believe, something like 6 or 8 ounce pours or something like that, and you're like, oh, that's not that much beer. 10 tickets, like I'll run through it. But it's only like a few hours, and you really want to enjoy the beer. So we're halfway through the event, and we're getting some food because it's open barbecue as well. When they open up the kitchen, and my friends are like, "Dude, we're behind pace. Like we need to catch up." So now we're like, and there's at this point, everybody's waiting for the double shot variants, and so there's literally no line for Very Hazy, King Julius.
Yeah, you're like, give me all of those.
And you keep doing that, and then you realize a lot of people they're getting drunk too. And so we're standing right by the exit of leaving the so you guys know the parking lot. Yeah, Joe, you've been there. So you leave the parking lot up that hill. And so we're just standing right by there. And there's people's like, hey man, you want my ticket? You want my ticket? So now I'm like slamming through like 12, 13, 14 tickets. And then
that's heaven.
Yeah, and I'm hanging out with Nate, and you definitely see it by the end of it. I find that I generally compose myself pretty well, like during the reviews, even though I'm like pretty drunk. And
jealous.
I'm hanging out with Nate. And I'm like, yeah, you put the berries in here. This is so good. I taste them. And I'm like thinking back to myself, like, I probably wasn't that bad, but man, that was a drunk Darwin talking to Nate about like putting berries in this double shot. Like, he probably didn't give a fuck and doesn't remember that conversation. But,
that's amazing.
So,
do you think that's your drunkest review? Because I remember a review specifically of you in the Northwest. I don't remember which one it was, but there was like a couple where I was like, I think Dar's really fucking hammered in this review.
Yes,
it might have been
very hammered.
There was the one after a wedding or something, right? Weren't you like hammered drinking Bud Light or something?
Those are the ones he's talking about. Yeah, I was pretty drunk then. Yeah, my friend Scott actually, like, because he's a MD, and he's like, make sure you ask me about these videos before you post them. And I looked back at them and was like, man, we're both pretty sloppy. Like, it's not that bad. And then he got really pissed off that I posted them, but they're still up because he's like, whatever, I don't care.
That's hilarious. Do you do multiple reviews in a night? We were talking about that.
Yeah, almost always.
You just maximize your time behind the camera. Oh, yeah, also, do you delete your review? Do you still film on your iPhone?
Yes, I still. I use an app.
Do you delete afterwards?
What does that mean?
Like, do you delete the actual copy of the review after you upload it?
I've stopped, but I don't see why. I mean, I used to delete them all, and now they're in a folder, but I don't see why I don't delete them because.
Yeah, no, I only have so many gigs. Yeah, I really have been debating on buying like a really nice camera just for this hobby, and I guess define really nice about around $500, but it's still a significant investment, and it's hard. I
will say the big one. I forget if you have lighting and mic.
I do. I don't use it all the time. Right now I'm not using it, but I do have it.
I keep all my reviews just
much cheaper. Like,
I figure once the zombie apocalypse comes and like ruins YouTube and we lose all of our stuff, I'll at least have all my stuff on my computer just to have for one day.
I have a 3 terabyte hard drive that I'm going to start saving everything to. And when my stepdad is tiling our basement next weekend or so after the Super Bowl, I'm going to start filming down there. So there's going to be like a new set. There's going to be consistent lighting, a new mic's coming, all that stuff. So hopefully my production value gets a little better, but at the same time, I don't care. I mean, I'm having fun doing what I'm doing right now with all of you, so it's doesn't matter.
Yeah. Here, I gotta bounce, dude. I gotta put my kids to bed.
All right, Joe. See you later. That's all right.
Later, buddy.
See you soon.
Let's do this again soon.
Yep. Yeah. Sounds good. Cheers, dude.
All right, see you guys.
Later, dude.
So speaking about that, do you guys listen to beer podcasts? Because I literally just started 2 weeks ago, like ran through.
I do, but at the same token, like they're not high on my priority list because I try to like tune into every one of everyone's reviews that I can. And beer podcasts, I've started listening to a lot of I forget his name. He did a lot of like different video interview hangouts with like Corey King and the guys from KC. I think it's the Beer Commander or something.
Yeah, so I've listened to a little bit of good beer hunting. I have to get on top of that. But the one that I've been hugely listening to is Steal This Beer. But it might not be too relevant for you guys because it's a little bit New York based. It's Augie Carton from Carton Brewing.
Carton. I just had regular coffee for the first time 2 weeks ago, and it was
awesome.
Unbelievable. I have a
Delicious
video
beer.
going up soon, and it's awesome.
But he has a lot of I think he's a really good personality. He has a lot of cool people that go on, including people like Jester King, ask great questions. But the one thing that I like about his video podcast, I mean, obviously you don't see it, but they buy these special wine glasses that are pitch black, and the guest pours 2 beers, obviously not the brewer's beers because you don't want to do that. And he has a really great palate. It's really fun to sort of see, you know, people pick out beer that have great palates while they're completely blind. And I will tell you, I've gotten, you know, beers pulled blind on me. It's hard. I mean, and not even pure blind. Like, I get to see the beer, like not having it blind, just aroma and taste. Like, my God, it's hard. So
I'll admit something terrible as a beer reviewer. I like 3 years ago, it was probably 4 years ago, I was actually at Side Project and somebody did that to me and they're like, hey, try this beer blinds and tell me what it is. And I was at Side Project, so I assumed it was something related. And they were drinking Busch Light. And I was like, well, it tastes like a really funky, like off saison. And like, I'm trying to like describe these styles to it. And I'm like, then when they told me what it was, I was like, well, I don't feel terribly bad about it was, but it was so difficult because like, you're like, it tastes like a really bad version of this style, but you don't know exactly what it is. So you can kind of look a little off at sometimes, like some point when you do that. So it's interesting.
I think that's something, I mean, I don't know if you guys have the capability to do it, but I'm going to try my best. Like, you know, I don't have friends that like will randomly come over with like I used to, but like, you know, it's hard. So I might have coworkers do it for me.
Like blind reviews.
Yeah. But even like it's even harder where like you, like not even them mixing it up for you. Like here's a brown bag and like, here's the brown bag. You can reveal it, but like
I tried to do that to Barry, and he unfortunately, and the video's going up soon. He unfortunately guessed it like midway through, and I think it's because we were talking about it in chat that same day. But yeah, I would love to be challenged. You know, not knowing what a beer is. If you handed me Christmas Bomb right now, I don't think I would know it's Christmas Bomb.
Well, even that, like if you don't know style,
it smells like Chocovesa right now.
The reviews that Dar did when you guys did those, like. When you don't know, like even like when you do the blind battle beers, like when I do them, I know what the beers are. So like I don't know which of the 4 it is, but I know what they are.
Mm-hmm.
So, but if you don't know style, if you don't know what's in it at all, it's a lot harder. So like watching those reviews for you, like your descriptions get a lot less just because you don't even know what you're describing, which makes it so much more difficult, which is actually why I was really intrigued by those videos that you did.
Yeah.
Just because I was thinking to myself, like, if I was put in that position, like, you could be giving me a stout, you could be giving me a freaking lager, you could be giving me a Kolsch, like, I have no idea.
Yeah.
And, like, when your descriptors, like, when you're talking about it, you're like, I think I'm getting this, but you're like, I have no fucking clue.
Nathan, I think we touched on that, like, just, like, having watched the same video that Darwin did when it was blind, and we were both like, well, the descriptors kind of go out the window, but it's like, how do you put yourself in that position blindly of having any clue what you're even drinking?
Yeah, no,
you know,
it's
you're a pale ale and an IPA, and nowadays,
yeah, you're stepping out on a limb and you just don't know what's happening. So I respect you for doing that, and it's something I've thought about doing as well. But it's the same thing. You're like, okay, so who brings me a random beer that I don't even know that I own, and like whatever.
Yeah, see, like who wants to do that for you unless you specifically have really good beer friends?
Yeah, exactly.
Like
I do have those friends, but I don't know if I could ever call on them to be like, hey, you should do this for me.
No, I mean just like, hey man, here's $20 or here's $30. Like buy me a 6-pack. Don't even tell me what it is, and like I'm sure they'll do it for you. So I probably should do that.
Yeah, you're probably not wrong.
Yeah, I get a discount at my store. I probably ask like, you know, coworkers like, hey man, like, and specifically I would prefer to have it like BJCP styles, you know, because I'm pretty familiar with that now. And so as you're saying, Nate, that it's hard to pick those out. I think it's, I mean, for me, I personally find it very useful to like hone in on those style guidelines. So this way you're able to find more descriptors and, you know, push in at least like some range of what style you're talking about. But it can't be exact, because the funny thing is, Augie Carton was a great palate. He, in that black glass, picked out milk stout when what was in the glass was a Pilsner. Like,
Yeah, that's the crazy thing, right?
And then, like, everybody trolls him every episode about it. He's almost always very, very good. But, you know, it's context. His palate was shot. He was drinking other half beers all day. He's probably drunk at that point. Apparently, they were speaking to the Jester King people, and Araxa is one of the companies that deals with sensory perception, and sometimes Pilsner malt might offer smoky and roast flavors that he can't figure out what it is, but apparently that might be it. And so it's a combination of all these things, and in the end, sometimes you're just fucking far, far, far off.
You are. One of my really good friends is that I'm involved in a business venture that I won't discuss. Is one of, like, what is it, 12 now master cicerones.
Wait, yeah, you know one of the 13.
Neil Witt is one of my friends and involved with a business thing that I'm in, and he's
cool.
one of the 13.
I just read him on BA. He's part of the new business that he started, right?
Yep, he does some draft stuff, but he's involved in some other things too.
Okay, cool.
And but I love, like, being drunk around him and hey, so let's fuck around and see what we can get out of these beers. It's a really good time. It's eye-opening, because even when he's trashed, he's still way better than I am. But it's really interesting to kind of see that difference in that mindset. But you can experience some of the same things where you're like, hey, it's not quite milk stout to Pilsner, but like when you've been drinking a ton, your palate shot, that's your body. There's nothing you can do. It's like when any of us do marathon beer reviews. You said you do a lot of your reviews in one day. When you get to that last one, you have to understand that you're not quite
palate's just shot at that point.
I mean, the big one for me is like bottle shares. Haven't you guys done bottle shares? Like,
I did one Friday night.
10, 20. Have you done one where there are like 40 beers or beer festivals?
Not lately.
Really?
I did 24 bottles on Friday night between 8 people.
Yeah, but
like
Eric,
3 bombers per person.
Eric, Morning Delight Day. How many beers do you think we had? I bet 30 to 40.
Oh my God, 1 million?
Yeah. I mean, so we're sitting there, we're drinking like tons of beers.
We're talking about, like, you know.
Yeah, no, Morning Delight Day with Nathan in Decorah. I seriously, I think I met up with you, Nate, and it was literally probably 50 pours in 4 hours.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
And it was all
responsible though. Like, how big were the pours? Like, this is how big I go when I go to bottle share.
We tried to keep it small. I mean, we had 7 of us splitting like 12-ounce cans. So you're pouring ounce to like ounce and a quarter pours, and even that's a little high.
But like, thanks to Zachary Isam, I drank like a half a bottle of Cable Car.
Yeah. But even like I had like, I mean, towards the end of that, I had 7 ounces of KBBS and like 5 ounces of SR71. So that's like, you like
and then Vanilla Hanji.
Yeah, we had Hanji.
It was so bad. I mean, I like look back at those ticks and I'm just like, whoa.
Yeah, I agree with Zachary, who just posted hard press
he did.
Form an opinion from share. Absolutely.
Yep, he's completely right.
So for me, keep going.
No, you're good. You're good, Darwin.
So for me, like, the big one is your palate gets so fatigued, but it pulls in certain ways. Like, if you give me a fresh Dark Lord, like, holy shit, is that sweet? But on the back end, like, I've had a Dark Lord at the end of share, and I'm like, oh, like, all I taste is the sugar, or all I taste from an upland is the tart and no fruit.
Right.
And your palate just doesn't like notice any nuances. You probably are okay with softer beers, but anything that is sharply anything, you don't find anything else, and it's just dull.
You're completely right.
Don't really taste.
I'm going to Central Waters this weekend for their anniversary party, and there's a massive bottle share every year. And every year it's like by 9 o'clock, I can't taste anything. I don't care about anything, and I just want to drink a lager. You know, it gets to that point.
So going back to that, like, I mean, Nate actually just left when I was talking about that. So you guys, I don't know if you guys saw it, I put like Suarez on like top 4 or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, maybe it's like me trying to be pretentious, but I just definitely see a necessity myself to do it. So like maybe I'm tricking my brain into liking these beers more, which is strange, but I actively do like these beers more. Like, you know, I'm like walking around the store like, what do I want to buy today? I'm like, all right, well, I want Pilsner. Like, I don't feel like drinking like this new IPA release like that. I'm not interested in.
I hear Suarez is amazing. Mark Sear texts me all the time about those guys. So
yeah, Mark texts me too. But it doesn't have to be just Suarez. It can be, I mean, I guess you guys don't get Jack Savvy, but it could be something like Weinstefana, original. It can be Tannenzäfle. I don't know if you guys get Tannenzäfle. Any fresh close you get.
No, but like you mentioned it, like there's days where, depending on my mood, Weinstefana can be like the best beer I've ever had.
totally.
Like if you're in that mood and your palate's in the right
Saison
space.
DuPont for me is one of those like shelf $5 beers that's like mind blowing some days, and other days it's like bubblegum garbage. I don't know. That's just me.
Yeah. So that was the question I was asking you about we after 2 years we still consider green that high. And I don't see myself moving from that, but I see myself offering more diversity and pushing towards because in the end there is sort of that kind of like chase into the fall.
Sure.
That people find like, you know what, I'm done with the chase. I just want really, and I think that's what
Darwin,
the
do
inspiration.
do you think that like Treehouse's portfolio in the way they have constructed their IPAs, double IPA game, Nathan as well, and the Curiosity series, and then as far as Eureka, and then Trail Magic, and then the stouts, single shot, double shot, Good Morning. Do you think they have a diverse enough portfolio that when the new entity opens up, that they can capture everyone, if you will? Like for me, I could imagine going to Treehouse, and I've never been. You guys have. And I could just drink green all day, obviously. But then there's Hayes, and then there's Julius, and there's Alter Ego. I mean, they have such a diverse portfolio with hoppy beers that why diverse from anything but Treehouse, in a way. I could be happy only drinking their beer. But that's just me.
Yeah, I could be very happy, but then so wait, in the end, do you want me to just reply, or what is the actual? Do you have an actual question to that? Like, what is?
I mean, I'm just saying, I don't know. The question is difficult at this point, but it kind of goes back to that. Could you drink green for the rest of life, if you will? But I mean, I feel like Treehouse does everything well.
Yeah,
they don't really make a bad beer. So would you be happy drinking just Treehouse in a way?
So my answer to you is two parts. That a lot of the brewers are, I would argue, past where we are, much like Sean Hill, Dan Suarez, and I feel like Nate is actually probably there too. He's put out a good amount of, not good amount, like he's put out a few lagers, and you'll see them here and there. He hasn't done them recently, and for sure it's because it's terrible for their production. Like, why would you not?
It takes forever.
Yeah, why would you not just put out ale that comes out in a week? Actually, I heard in Who Farted they can pump out a beer from fermentation within 5 days, which I've never heard of. But
that's that's insane.
Jason Simon from Hudson Valley, he's like, yeah, they literally pitch and then they can in 5 days after that. And I'm like, what? I was like, I've never heard of that.
Not enough for me as a homebrewer, but yeah.
So anyway, obviously for them it's terrible to do lagers, but after the new facility, I would love to see Nate pushing on with more lagers, because I very much enjoyed what he's done in lagers.
You've had Trail Magic, both of you, right?
Yeah.
What have I've had a couple, like a Metzen.
You've had the Meritzen. You've had maybe his lager yeast strain is definitely different than his ale yeast strain, obviously. But does it impart enough character in which the signature Treehouse ale yeast strain does in their hoppy beers?
No, it tastes like a great Metzen. It does not.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think it's kind of two separate.
That'd be completely terrible if it tastes like a Treehouse beer.
No,
yeah,
obviously. I was curious how he implemented the lager brewing method, if you will.
Yeah, I think to your question though, I mean, I think the question comes back to it's I think we've all fallen under this umbrella that we review. I mean, Dar, your number one beer for the year was Treehouse, right? I mean, it's right. So
last year was, by the way, Treehouse.
Yeah, and I appreciate that, because it's really hard. Like, I sat and I had 2 or 3 Treehouse beers in my top 15, but it's like I could have substituted in beers along the way, right? Like a different Curiosity here. So for me, it becomes, I guess there's, like Dar said, there's 2 questions for me. Is that, are they the best rounded brewery for me? And they really kind of are, because they do hops better than anybody, in my opinion. consistently. I think
Right.
that like I love Monkish and I love Monkish, I love Trillium, but I have a lot of not misses but not as good beers from those breweries. But I know if I'm getting a Treehouse hoppy beer, it's going to be world class. So, and then you have double shot, you have triple shot, you have all those in the stout category, and then they do brown ales, they do whatever, Bear,
Red Ale.
Old Man is an ESB. I mean,
that's
they
great.
do a lot of those
Which
beers.
is amazing, by the way.
They're fantastic beers. I have them on my fridge. I love those beers because I can buy them and I don't have to drink them in 3 weeks. Like, I love having them in my fridge. But then you go back to what are other breweries doing in response to that? I feel like you've had so many breweries that have come into place because of Treehouse and Trillium. I mean, Monkish, which is doing what they're doing, is an example. You have Brew Gentlemen, who Dar and I both freaking love, and you do as well, Eric. I mean, Zach is fucking crushing.
Brew Gentleman is insane. Easy
So
to get to
you
if you
have-
have the right people.
But I do think that like it's coming to a point where you're starting to get emulation, but you're also starting to get a lot of twists on it. And I think that Trillium is still kind of struggling because of a upside, which is something, or upsizing, which is something I really worry about Treehouse.
Yeah.
I think Nate will do it right, but there's still a learning curve there.
I'm scared for the big system. Is it 100 barrels he's going to?
I don't even know the building's
I'm pretty sure he's going from.
enormous.
I'm pretty sure he's going from 30 barrel batches to 100 barrel batches for at least the flagships.
I'm pretty
I
sure
could be
that's right.
wrong,
And from
but
everything
that
I understand,
sounds
the
terrifying.
Curiosity and Stouts are going to stay on the
Mhm.
current Monson location, and then everything else is going to the other, like the proper cans is what.
Look
I would
at
call
Surly,
them.
man.
Or-
Look at Treehouse's struggles right away, or not Treehouse.
Yeah,
Trillium.
look at Trillium. I mean, Trillium struggled for a while, and I think they still struggle.
Yeah, totally. They don't nail everything.
But you have so many other breweries like taking that style and trying to make their imprint on it. The fun thing is I don't know where it goes from here. I don't know when I have that next beer that's like Green or Julius that like opens my eyes to like a new kind of style.
What's the next euphoric like?
Yeah, is it?
Oh my god, is this the best thing I've ever tasted? I mean, we've all had probably damn near 3,000 beers, if not plus or minus for each of us,
I
maybe
just hit
more.
3,000, so yeah.
Yeah, I just hit 3,500 recently, and it's like, probably 1,000 of those don't even matter. Maybe 2,000.
Don't even matter.
No, I'm serious. Like, if I go back and look at that list, I'm just like, they're very forgetful. But when I go back and look at like maybe my top 100 of beers I've ever had, they're not things people can buy on the shelves, and that's where we talk about palate evolution, and it's just insane to me that we're all sitting here, we're all talking about beer, people are watching us on a Tuesday night. And we've all had these beers, and it's like Nathan, when you shared Juice Machine with me, my mind still exploded.
Yeah,
like it straight up blew my mind. I thought I was hyping it up in my mind too much, and no, I wasn't.
Yeah,
So-
it's just going to be interesting because I think
What's
you're
next?
seeing a big. I think that you're seeing I think you're seeing a shift. Like, what are the big popular beers right now? I think that it's kind of morphed into. I think maybe it'd be seasonal as well, like stouts and imperial porters and stuff like that are the beers that are really popular right now. Like, people got hyped on Morningwood, people got hyped on Last Snow, Last Buffalo, beers like that. I mean, it's cyclical, but I don't know. I mean, this is going to be an interesting year, I think, because I think you're getting a lot of copycats.
Yep.
I mean, Hoofarda being an example that I think they're really finding their style. They tried to do it for a while, and they're finally trying to dial those in and using. They're becoming a little bit more well-rounded beers. So it'll be interesting. I don't know. It's an interesting world. I mean, that what we do in the small, I mean, let's be honest, in the small scale that we do it in, I mean, we're all less than 3,000 subscribers,
Darwin's really getting close, by the way.
He is. He's crushing it. And it's great for all of us. And it's
Joe
trying to
is too, by the
find,
way. It doesn't-
Go ahead.
yeah, but it just,
Joe is too, by the way.
Yeah, Joe's really close
Yeah.
too.
and just from like it's like we all kind of do the same things. We do it in different ways. And it's just, we're kind of learning with everybody else and finding what's going to be the next big thing. So you don't know what it's going to be. It's fun.
Here's the thing, though. If you told me the next big thing was dry hop brown ales or something, I'm just saying that hypothetically speaking.
No.
And you still want to send me green, that's fine. I don't care about the new. I'm just saying, like, there comes a point in time where I think, and Nathan, you and I have talked about this a lot off camera via text and hangouts. when do you stop chasing? When do you become really, really content with everything that you like and stop exploring all the new things? Because there's so much, I mean, craft beer isn't cheap. Like this hobby of grabbing new beers all the time. Like Darwin, I think that it's nice that you have a discount and being able to like, I had my buddy Miles who's watching, used to work in a liquor store where he would grab a new bottle every day and we would just review that type of thing. But in that other regard, it's expensive, you know, when you don't have a single section that amasses 200 different beers. So when do you get bored? You know?
Yes. To answer Nate's question, I think all of us are definitely over the hill already. Like, you know, if you're searching for that green, it's just not going to happen. Like that first green is never going to be an experience you're ever going to have again. But I will think that it's going to be an enlightening retrospective green to go back to, you know, I think that's where, you know, people, like, why does Sean Hill brew Mary Pills? Like, I don't know. But
because it's amazing.
Because it's freaking amazing. And like, you go back to that beer and you're like, holy shit, this beer was so good. And those pills I had early on, I very much disrespected. And, you know, instead I went towards the hot bombs. And so that's, in the end, short answer to.
Sure. No, you're absolutely right.
And actually, a viewer asked a question in the comments about like, you know, trends in 2016. So one of them I definitely see, and then Nate was talking about it. There's going to be a huge proliferation of breweries doing what we like. We already see, and I haven't even tried Weldworks, but we see it in Monkish, we see it in Brew Gentleman, we see it in Hoof Hearted. All the New York breweries are doing it. I actually don't think you guys have tried too many, so maybe we should work on that. But you know, Sand City, LIC Beer Project, you guys have had other half. Yeah, more than that. And then there's new breweries happening in Vermont that are doing it, like Brew Gentleman, and then Jay Wakefield that tasted a beer that does that. And again, it's going to happen. Like 2017 is the year that you're going to have all these breweries. People have figured it out that, you know, it's, hey, you know, you did this, you know, late dry hop, and you know, you do this.
You treat your water this way.
Treat your water this way. Like, it's not that hard to figure out.
No. And as homebrewers, somebody just asked if we all homebrew. Darwin, I don't know if you do, but I know Nathan and I do. And like when you get behind the science of the beer, yeah, you're right, Darwin. It's not that hard. It's about having the money and the patience and being able to like
to hone in it. It's probably hard, but like to really make one, it's not that bad. And
look at Hoof Hearted. I feel like they were homebrewers that got lucky once and then tried it with a bunch of different dry hops, and then now they're really honing it in. But that's just me. I don't know the dudes. So
a lot of people make an IPA, and like, why would you not prefer to make something that's like hazy and cleaner, like what we prefer, compared to that kind of like clear, bitter, like, oh, this is very sweet and malty to me. And so it's really not that hard.
Clear and juicy. That's the one misconception that I think a lot of people who watch our videos don't realize, is that there is a lot of good beer out there that is still clear, not hazy, but still has the explosive, juicy character, like a Fatheads.
Yes.
I think those guys, like, they
capitalize on it, right? Like, it's,
well, yeah, they do finish drier, so yes, they are West Coast in nature.
And there's a malt character there though that I feel is different. Like, I was just at Fatheads in Portland, so
I think I'm moving towards that. I hate to say it, I'm not like
do it. That's why you love beer early on, right?
I love those beers. Like my buddy who might be watching, he works for Surly, and they like Hop Juju. Somebody just commented that beer, and I just had awesome. Wicked Weed, Freak of Nature, and it straight up blew my mind. That was better than Pliny. I was just mind blown. Yeah, how good that beer was.
Well, I think this is going to be a year where it's going to be interesting in our world, and I guess everybody watching us in everybody's world is that, because we're kind of a figurehead for what's going on, is that I think it's going to be a much more localization of every like local breweries trying to switch to that. So like Dar was describing in New York, like in the Midwest, we're still trying to find that style, and it's
we don't know.
So I think it goes back to what we originally asked Darwin about, and that's what Chris's video meant. And that he talked about those of us that are doing smaller breweries in Treehouse and Monkish and all these things that he was
toppling people. Yeah, like a lot of people know about toppling, but a lot of people don't get toppling.
Yeah, not even, and I still take it as him slightly talking down to us more so than Dar did.
Totally.
But at the same time, like, I think it's going to even come more to that. Like with those of us that want to try new beers, look, we all will agree to this. We get sent a lot of beer, like a decent amount of beer that people reach out to me. Hey, I want you to try this.
If I never
I'm
sent anything back from this day forward, people would be like, hey, I get it. You know?
Yeah. And so, but I think that's going to become even more in vogue in that it's going to be, so Bob and so like my buddy that sends me, and you as well, Eric, Brew Gentleman, he's just a local guy in that market that's just like, no, seriously, these guys need pub. I need to send you them, even though they've gotten some.
Just send cash type of thing.
I think you're going to get more of that. I really do. I think it's going to be, and even in our local markets. I mean,
had somebody just offer to send me DeGard and Great Notion. Granted, they're two very well-known breweries in the beer niche community, but at the same time, it's like, well,
let's use a Minnesota example. Barrel Theory's opening. You know, we both know one of the brewers for that brewery.
Yeah, I got that unlocked for all of you if you guys want it.
But I'm just saying, you're gonna get that. Like, I'm gonna get some local stuff that I know that people are gonna get access to, and other places. I mean, I think that's the proliferation of that style is starting to come down in the ranks, and we're all.
It's kind of like what DJ said for so many years. He said, you know, think global, drink local, and one of his sayings. And I've met DJ once. When you really go back to drinking local, there is a lot of really great beer in all of our local cities and in markets that no one knows about.
The funny thing is, I hated when he said that. I'm like,
same. I was like, that's the dumbest tagline ever. But
trading for Treehouse, I can't get Treehouse here. Are you kidding me? This is terrible advice. Don't drink local. I don't have any great breweries here. And then all of a sudden,
you have Grimm, don't you?
No. This was before that. So then all of a sudden, the domino hits and goes single cut, or I think it goes other half, single cut, you know, Grimm, Interborough, Sand City, it just piles on. LIC Beer Project, Sand City, Breeze, Barrier opened. I mean, like literally 3 years ago, if I had to list the top breweries, it'd be something like Peekskill and 6 Point, or that's some nonsense brewery.
Oh boy.
And now, and actually, it's a really good conversation because I said in my video that I was very biased towards New York in my video, but I actively believe that is the case. I went to Seattle and Portland back in September? Yeah, September.
Mm-hmm.
And like all my friends were there, and they're like, until we got to Great Notion, we did not find a brewery that we were like, oh shit, like, you know, like we go to breweries in New York and like we have a handful of them.
Yep.
A handful that we're very happy with, and we couldn't find one until we got to Great Notion that we're truly happy with. And I don't know, like it's not only that, like I listed that 3 of the top 30 on tap or New York breweries, but the depth is even deeper than that. And so it's not about the number of breweries. Sure, like I go to Seattle and go to 25, 30 breweries, but New York probably has them beat by the top 5 easily. So
sure. Oh, I don't doubt it. I mean, Kansas City, we have a shit ton of breweries opening, but they all kind of suck. I mean,
there you go.
And it's the same with Seattle and Portland. I mean, Portland is one of those towns that everybody talks about from a beer standpoint, but until you like get to Great Notion and a couple bottle shops, like it is what it is. Right?
I'll give them credit.
Sort of, but all their beer kind of tastes sort of the same, and it's
so
really expensive. It's so really expensive.
Yeah, but they do fun stuff. If you really have like those like 2.5 ounce pours of their like stranger kind of beers, like they do a lot of crazy things to their beers. So
they do, but I think Great Notion's still where it's at when you go there. I mean, as far as like innovative breweries, I mean, Cascade's trying within their style, but I think that's the point. Like you're just getting to a point where that like we have I mean, Eric described it when we opened this, whatever this is, video, whatever. There's a shit ton of breweries, like 4,200 right now or whatever 52. It is.
It's over 5, sorry.
Yeah, 5,200. And it's growing exponentially.
There's breweries opening tomorrow.
But exactly. And but they're so shitty. Most of them are so shitty.
I just found out today there are 52 breweries on Long Island.
Wow. That is insane. How is that possible?
I don't even know any of those. Like I literally work at a beer store. I can probably name.
Here's the thing: half of them are only tap room only, and it's the same thing with Minneapolis. There's so many so many different breweries, and it's just like whatever. Your pale ale blows.
I love it.
Stop using Sentinel. Yeah.
Christian, the camera. It's getting to Eric dying.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I got a tickle in my throat. But by the way, this guy Review the Brew, Michigan, since they were getting a ton of breweries that are just good, nothing that's new and mind blowing. Well, Zach brings a great point. Shrimps.
Yeah, Michigan
Better
breweries.
than everything.
Michigan breweries have been like that for a long time, though. I think they were one of the first states that like really grew really quick. There's a ton of like if you're ever in Michigan and you've never heard of the brewery, like that's a state I can say here's a like every other state, right? Where people go, what's a good brewery I can go to? And you name one nobody's ever heard of. Like I think like for a while New York Single Cut was my brewery. I was like, go to Single Cut. But like it's kind of grown into there's new ones now.
Now it's LIC Sin City or the big one.
Yeah, so like Michigan,
I
like
hear more
the
and more
livery,
about Sin City
the
now.
livery is still one of my favorite breweries on earth, and it's a Michigan. Nobody ever talks about it. It's in a fucking old horse livery. It's amazing.
Cool.
But I think that's everywhere though. Like we're in an interesting time. So I think 2017 is going to be a really interesting year. I really do.
The other thing I mentioned was that I would really, so, Nate, you're sort of looking for this, but I would like to see a lot more breweries work into this, like, wild yeast bacteria kind of production thing. And I think that's where we can see some things that are really exciting, and you grow your palate on that or really appreciate it. Because there's now breweries that have now established themselves. Like to make money, no offense, you're not doing it based on like slow aging these like,
Wild ale.
you're pumping out an IPA, you're canning it, and you're selling it out of your door. It's in and out. And actually, Josh M. Bernstein talked about that. He's talking about these breweries that have like 200K, not profit, but just straight revenue a week. And, and it's almost straight profit. You have no margin from the distributor retailer. I'm going to go back to that in a second. But so speak to that. Like, I think that's something that a lot of breweries are starting to do. Like a random brewery like Two Roads is opening up a new facility. Just like, hey, we're going to do, American Solera. There you go. That's another example. I just reviewed that beer. I haven't posted it yet, but so we have a lot of breweries that are like, finally we have the money, we've established ourselves, and therefore we can take our time with something, do something that is an art and to our love. And so,
FYI, if you ever want American Solera, let me know.
I would like to try one of their beers, but like,
I'm in the membership. We get to buy a shit ton of beer. So
it's small, right? It's like 150.
Yeah, it's really small, and we can buy like cases at a time of everything. So
I just had a couple of my first, not first, but first like sober experiences with Casey and the family preserves and whatnot. And
so
good God, are they amazing? And I know they're $27 to $30 something a piece. Zachary can chime in on this in the chat, but like we have some things coming here in Minneapolis with Oakhold and Fair States growing, and there's a couple other things in the works for sour breweries where like Barrel Theory is one of them. I mean, we're gonna get Berliners and sours, and it's gonna blow up here. Wild Mind just opened a couple blocks from my house. They're doing okay things, but they have a cool ship and they're barrel aging. They're doing oak fermentation. I think we're gonna get a lot of that stuff.
I think a lot of that is like we might not know about it, which is strange because like this beer exists already. If you think about it, like you see in labels like, oh, this was 6 to 8 month old aged on cherries, and you're like, oh, that sort of existed before I even knew about this brewery. And then like, so I think we're gonna see some growth of that, and we're suddenly gonna find product that we never knew about.
Well, I think like look at a brewery I discovered recently that I know you knew about, Dart, and OEC. Like they're freaking crushing it, and
my God.
Let's be honest. It's for everything I know. It's a bunch of rich kids that have daddy's money that are open a brewery.
He's a distributor.
Yeah, well, but even some of the other partners that are involved, for what I've been told, I could be completely wrong, but it's what I was told. But they're like,
I don't think that matters.
They're just playing around with like barrel aging, and like the beers that I've had 4 of their beers so far, and they're all freaking fantastic.
Oh my God. Oh.
And they're trying everything. OEC.
Okay.
They're
so
trying
OEC. Yeah. Sorry. I want to give a quick explanation. OEC is a brewery in probably like only about an hour north or an hour and a half north of New York City.
Okay.
Middle of nowhere, tons of barrels. They have a cool ship. And so the crazy thing for me is that they have a wide range of German sours, but you'll read the label. It's like 20% of this was, barrel aged. This one was aged for this amount of time. This amount was fresh. This is a different beer that we blended in. So it's very much into that history of beer that, again, in the end, early on, everything was blended because you could not have fresh beer, nor could you have old beer. You would have to blend it, and so it's pushing back towards that old Belgian production, something towards Goza, but they do weird stuff. Like I've seen like 5 different beers within a bottle. I'm like, who does that? And they're all different from. And the different thing is, the crazy thing is they're all different casks. So that's crazy. Like rum, sherry, bourbon. I'm like, what am I reading? Like
they're crazy. I think that, and you mentioned something that I think is going to be a big deal because it's starting to be is just blending. I think that's going to be a big thing. Like you talked about. Factory. Well, no, you talked about Casey. You talked about Casey. All of the early Casey beers, he didn't brew them. He contracted the brew itself and then blended off of that because he wasn't a brewer. He's slowly morphed into that, but I think you're gonna see that a lot because it's a little bit more cost efficient to do because somebody can brew the beer and do that all for you, and then you buy that. It's like bourbon distributors, right?
Look at Lambic. Look at Lambic over in Belgium. Like there's so many brewers, and there's so many people that just purchase wort and then ferment it with the natural microbial what's in the air and then blend and put it in barrels. I mean, is it Boone and
Tilken is a blender.
Tilken is just straight up a blender.
Tilken is a straight blender.
Yep. Heron's the same way. I mean, they just released that Heron Goose that he kind of stole and did Cantillon and Dre.
Thing is they're damn good. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Casey does not produce wort, by the way. They buy wort. So.
Levi Punk did not produce wort either way as well.
Casey does now. Casey produces wort now.
And Levi
they now produce wort. So they actually.
Yes.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, they do. But still,
sorry, Rare Barrel does not produce wort then.
That's probably right. That I don't know, which is weird because I'm in their membership. You'd think I'd know that, but I
don't. Definitely check out their blog.
I really wish.
I don't know if you guys are, but I'm super geeky about this stuff. So I got really intense into it, and that's why I read a lot of the articles and the blogs, but also podcasts. Like literally, they're talking about titratable acid and all this different stuff about how they're heterogeneousing or lactose.
They're getting very technical, and it sounds
they're getting very intense, and it's probably something that people don't want to hear about. But
no, as a microbiology background, it's fascinating.
Oh, so email me sometime. I'll send you a bunch of links because I have really good.
Yeah, let's do it.
And I very much enjoy keeping that on. And
boys,
want on something? Go ahead.
Yeah, I think 11. I have to wrap up things.
I was going to wake up at
7.
Dar's,
and my eyes are going to fall out of my head.
Dar's going to wake up at noon and drink Bourbon County, but the rest of us.
No, I'm going to get Bourbon County. All I have to do is
I don't think I'm going to be able to finish Christmas Bomb. I'm trying. It's not going to work though. It's $5 here on shelf. So.
And so this is the first time, Eric, we did this. And Dar, we'll tell you now, part of the reason that this happened is because we've talked about doing it before, but Chris's kind of video made it possible. Was just we were just saying collaboration. Let's be honest, we would love to have Chris on here sometime to just sit and fucking bullshit with us and drink a beer and get
Geek
that
out.
into it. So if we can we all know Peter, Master of Hoppets, we all know a lot of people that do this and kind of rope people in and have a good time and do it every week, every other week, whatever it is. So
even once a month, if we'd get 10 of us on here where we're not talking all over each other,
10 would be
a lot of people. When you asked me for when
I know you were hesitant.
I was like, it's already 3 people. It's
hard.
Glad
you came though, dude. It was awesome. It's really good to have it's good to have this true beer geek chat where we all know what each other's talking about, and it's also it's fun to go into the chat section, in the comment section, and just be hey, look at all this. Look at all these people that care about what we have to say. That's kind of cool.
I mean, I will talk about you guys mentioned Chris and all that stuff. I mean, no offense, like right now there's 23 people watching, and
That's nothing.
this is going on.
Grand scheme of
Yeah, and no, I'm not saying it's you, me, or anybody. And no one's gonna sit through the 2-hour video, because I've seen people do this, and I, click their videos, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna watch, Eric's video. But no offense, I'm not gonna watch his 2-hour video that he talked to Nate and Darwin, despite I love them. And so I personally enjoy doing these with you guys, and I don't know if you guys want to do it more.
Yep.
But I personally, in my own selfish sense, I mean, no offense, never have spoken to you or Joe or Nate personally. Like, I don't think I've ever done that. And so it's actually very fun. Like, it's a semi hangout kind of thing. And to have those, a couple dozen people, or, at some point we were at 45, and people commenting.
And that only go up once we become more consistent. One thing I've noticed with like YouTube and then like live streaming is the more you do it, the more people tune in. And the more you plan it out, the more people tune in. The more time people like know that Eric, Joe, Dar, and Nathan and in Christian Beer Geek Nation are going to get behind, and they're going to talk about Lambic. They're going to make it a point to tune in. It is a thing. I mean, we just did this on a whim, and we got 50 people in here. That's cool.
Zach made a good point. It's either we can actually put it into a podcast format where, we actually put out a cool podcast where, like, because there are a lot of podcasts out there, and I love the podcasts.
Yeah, for brewers, they're one of my favorites.
Yeah, like, one's for brewers, one's like, industry people, but like one is on that level of what we do. Or it's just like pretty much, no offense, what we were doing is pretty much a Skype call with like a few dozen people watching.
Absolutely.
Like, it's not pure content that will go out to, combined of us, we probably do in one video thousands, right? In one video combined.
But I don't think it's a bad idea to have those of us that do this. I mean, because let's be honest, Dar, the people that watch you or the people who watch me, because I'm lower subscriber count, and even Eric, like that are
I'm like the lowest.
Watch
Yeah.
Sure. That watch you, that watch Joe, that watch a lot of us that are really similar in that, like, I think Peter leveled down subscriber count. Like, I don't think it's a bad idea for those of us to like talk about, because I think we have an interesting insight into what goes on in the industry, to what goes on in just us locally. I mean, you're New York, Eric's Minnesota, Peter's overseas, like, because I know we could get Peter on. That's why I bring him up. Joe, there's tons of us. I think we could DJ on. We could get a lot of us that like different local markets that you could bring kind of some interesting insight. I mean, what Eric and I did tonight, we started off doing a Hopslam review, right?
Yeah.
So the first 20 minutes is us talking about Hopslam, and now it's morphed into Joe jumped in, you jumped in.
Yeah.
And it's fun, right? I mean, because it's interesting because like the three of us know each other. We don't know you very well. And it's good to get that camaraderie amongst beer reviewers, because I think there's some animosity out there that doesn't need to exist.
Right. It's assumed animosity too.
I don't know if it's assumed. I just think it kind of slightly exists. But I think it's because we all do it differently. But that's a good thing though, right? I don't think that's a bad thing at all.
No, I think it's nice that we all have our own unique components to each other's channels. It's nice.
How would viewers know when this is coming? So I think
I'm
people,
reading the comments too. I agree.
John watching this, and Dar, I'm sorry to cut you off right there. I think this is John. This is new, and everybody else, like, this is something we did for the first time tonight. Eric and I originally were going to do a beer review of Hopslam. I was watching a basketball game.
It's going to be 10 minutes, and we're going to be done.
Yeah, and it kind of went into this. But that's good though, right? Like, this is, so if this was a podcast, we could edit this down to where it's 2 hours now. We could edit it down to an hour, 45 minutes, 30 minutes.
30 to an hour is probably perfect.
Yeah, I think every podcast I listen to, which scans the gamut of political issues to everything, is 30 to an hour, because that's the max people are going to listen to.
Max.
Well, here's how you think about it. It's a drive into work. Some people take a 30 to an hour. I listen to a podcast on the way to work. That's what you do. Sure. So there's no structure to this yet. There's nothing. It's just a couple of beer reviewers doing this. I'm fucking ecstatic that Dar jumped in. And we figured out, right? Like, it's what we do. Like, if Dar wants to keep jumping in, Eric and I are going to jump in. We chat. We start a chat with all of us and trying to figure out, make an agenda. This is what we're going to talk about this week. If it's brewery news or local news or I don't know how you structure it. Everybody does a
Darwin,
podcast.
do you have access to like Google Hangouts in your Gmail account, like Hangouts on your iPhone, where we can like chat you as like a group of reviewers? I mean, we do it locally just for like.
I mean, I do it on I prefer to do it on my like while I'm sitting down on my computer. So yeah,
Sure. I mean, you can do it mobile. You can do it sitting at your computer, but it'd be nice to like plan these out going forward.
Sure.
With like me, you, Joe, Nathan, and whoever else we decide we want to bring into it. But I think having a plan and having like a concise hour-long, session, if you will, would be awesome.
So this is something that was talked about. I don't even know if I should bring this up, but I will, because I can't do two. So if we do this, Joe and I talked about doing a podcast for a bit, and we were going to do like a Take It Back podcast where we reviewed beers, not even reviewed, but just drank beers during the podcast that were like Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. Or like whatever, which we don't have to do it that way, but like we just gotta find.
Well, that's an interesting thought.
We just gotta find whatever. If people want to do it, and we want to get beer reviewers together, because there's a lot of us. We can get Freddie, we can get the Craft Beer Nation guys. We could do, whatever.
Anyone. Yeah, I think let's all roll out tonight. It's getting late. But seriously, thank you to every single person who stayed up with us. There's still 22 people watching. That's a thought.
What are you fuckers doing? Come on.
Yeah. No, somebody just said, hey, sad to say I'll miss you at the Central Waters 19 release this weekend. Yeah, it'll be a good time. But no, I'm thankful that we did this, and we just we've been talking about doing the Black Tuesday inaugural
I thought you said you were going
fest, if you will.
I thought you were going to 19.
I am. No, this guy said he's not going to see me there.
Oh,
tickets sold out really quick. Yeah.
All right.
So no, I we'll let Darwin come back before we sign off. But
but people in comments.
Awesome. Did you leave, Nathan?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. There you are.
Okay.
What are you gonna say?
I'm still there. No, I'm just saying if people that have ideas, let us know. What do you like? You guys see us fucking review beers all the time. Like I subscribe to all of us. So my entire YouTube sub feed is that and video games, right?
I don't. I went on a mass unsubscribe feed of YouTube, like everybody, because I had like 500 channels, and I'm pretty sure I unsubscribed to a lot of beer tubers.
Yeah, but my thing is like, so everybody that
I still go and watch their videos.
Everybody that watches this probably watches all of us, at least a large portion of us.
True.
So tell us what you want out of this, like whatever the fuck this is, like a podcast. I don't like if we. So I have the ability. I've paid for the software. If we did this as like a Skype to Google Hangouts thing, like I can do that, and then upload it. So whatever that looks like. If people want to see that, let's.
I think 4 brewers right now, John Holzer and the guys on the West Coast, are doing something really, really cool. They have something really, really organized. I'm not saying we could probably organize anything like that because we're not all in the same room. We could try, but I think it'd be really cool. I think I talked about it in my response video with Chris, is, kind of covering craft beer from coast to coast. So like I'm in the Midwest, Nathan, you're in like the East Midwest, Darwin, you're in the upper Northeast coast, if you will. Jal's got the West Coast on lock. Like it'd be really interesting to kind of like take the across the nation, like what's happening here, the trends in craft beer, and turn it into maybe like a every other week show to start out.
I think Nate mentioned something earlier after a reply to me, and I'm not trying to take anything away from this. I completely agree with you that there's something that definitely can be done. I think there's a lot to be said, and we all have like great opinions, and we all are very intelligent about this. And I think there's a lot of great content that can be built out of this. I'm just curious about the medium to create it through. And again, I don't know what it's like, but I don't know how many people are going to click on this live video to watch it.
I don't think it's podcast. I don't think it's this. I really don't.
Podcast for me is what the format.
So I think you're right.
Makes sense to me.
I think
you're right, Darwin.
Gone when I explained it. So Joe was on a pretty big podcast before beer, and so I've used a lot of that when we were talking about and thinking about doing our own podcast, to record that disseminate it and do everything that goes along with the podcast, and have a listen live for people that are devoted fans that want to chat like this, and do that. I think there's a way we can do that and do it well. You don't get the video, but I think the video kind of is delayed and scrolls back and forth, and it's whatever.
Yeah. I've seen these, like, it's not great. Like you see us on video enough.
It's better video than this.
You're right.
So yeah.
Well, I say we just shoot for at least, let's regroup after the Super Bowl as a group, and maybe talk about like craft beer events or something, and we can try to figure out, like, in the meantime, maybe a recording to just release to iTunes and SoundCloud and stuff like that.
I mean, that sounds great, because I've been wanting to do something like that, like be involved in podcasts, but
it's about community.
It's really fun actually, like, hang out with you guys, because like in the end, it doesn't seem like I was introduced to you guys, because in the end, I mean, I've been watching you two for how many hours or whatnot.
I think I did every other of your videos, just because you do a lot, and that's awesome.
Yeah.
I wish I could do that. But like you guys all make great content, and without all of us, people wouldn't tune in. We wouldn't have the subscribership in which we do. So I think if we can just sort of form like our own Beer Geek Nation without excluding anyone, I think that'd be cool. Everyone's got their own opinions. Everyone's got their own, education, ideas, thoughts, and why not collaborate and listen? Yeah, I see what I did there.
Oh, so I don't know if you guys want to do this, but so now we have people like us three, and I assume Joe would be interested. I noticed are you guys on not BA, but
Talk Beer?
Talk Beer. Talk Beer is, by the way, the best. I've not been on for a while, but when I was on Talk Beer, it's absolutely the best. Like the fact, like, there's amazing memes and all this crazy stuff that happens.
Do you go to don'tdrinkbeer.com? Because that's basically
that's literally my favorite thing ever. Don't Drink Beer is fine. The memes are
incredible.
He is absolutely awesome. And if you actually want to see his face, there's an episode of Munchies where you actually find him, where he brings a white chocolate from the brewery to like a seafood share, which is you're just like, what did he just do? But anyway, but speaking about that, so on Talk Beer, they actually do a cool thing where they do, you guys know Massive, right? Massive Beer. Yeah. So someone sent him that, like, wrapped around it was all other half cans. So like, like someone sent me that.
Yeah, all those blind views he did.
Yeah, it's so blind. It's all other half cans that literally came out 2 weeks before he reviewed it. So hard. But they end up doing that on Talk Beer. Like, they literally just send bottles. I mean, it'd be super hard to figure how you do that to bottles, but I've seen it. Like, you just cover the top, wrap it around brown.
We could do it.
And it'd be cool to see it on the podcast. Like, hey, Darwin, you sent me this today. Poured in a glass.
What do you get?
This is what I think about it.
Well, it'd be interesting for you, Darwin, like, or for at least me, is to send you regional beer that you've never even had. And
yes,
be like, okay,
I do the same to you.
So you're so you get the New England thing, you get the Upper New York State thing. Okay, well, what is a Summit beer to you? Summit's everywhere for me.
I don't think I've had a Summit beer.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. But they're huge over here, so it's like, you've had Surly, I'm sure.
Yeah, tons of Surly.
But you know what I mean? Like, it'd be interesting for us all to, like, say, all right, here's the big macro-produced micro beer, if you will, and talk about it. Yeah, there's so many ideas. I think we should. Is that Chris Stultz? Chris S says, yo.
No, that's he's one of my commenters now.
Oh, cool.
But
awesome.
To rethink that idea, it should not be on the podcast, because that should be more discussion. It should not be someone just sitting down trying to dissect a beer. It should be us,
having a clear-cut focus. And
and so we should instead do videos of it, I guess, and like connect videos. Like, so like if you see my video that
part one is dark.
If you see my brown can or bottle video, guess what? Nate sent me one. Eric sent me one.
Somebody said this on Chris's, and real quickly, I got to go in a minute, but they said on Chris's thing is, between Darwin, Eric, Joe, and Nathan, whoever decides what the next big thing and kills it is going to win YouTube. Well, here's the thing. I'm not in it to win YouTube, and I'm sure you guys aren't either. There's no winning. Like, we're all in it together, so let's all just make it the best thing for our viewers. I think, Darwin, what you just said right there, where it's part one is Darwin reviews this beer blind. Nathan does it. Joe does it. Eric does it. Whoever wants to do it. It can be anyone. It'd be cool, you know, to see. And then we all do a reveal video or a hangout where we all review it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think we can do a lot of
definitely like
things.
that idea. I feel it's a bit selfish. I personally geek out on that kind of stuff, or like, you know, I'm semi-confident, but man, if I prove wrong, like,
Who
you know,
cares?
I like being knocked a few, you know,
No, I
heads
know.
down, because like in the end, you know, after you're at 3,500 deep, I'm at 3,000 deep, and you know, so much listening you do about beer, you don't know so much. I mean, it's, you know,
It's all beer at the end of the day, but the thing is, like,
you only know so much. I think that's the thing. Like,
exactly.
how much?
I have a Firestone 18 sheet in front of me that I was reading that somebody left over the other night, and it's like, okay, what does Corey King do when he blends? When I think, you know, Firestone Walker anniversary beers have kind of, you know, they're still exciting and fun to me, but they're not the thing anymore.
Well, at the end, it's an evolving process. We'll figure it out. So
Yeah, let's
good start tonight. Okay.
Yeah, good start, guys. Thanks to everyone who tuned in. Darwin, your subscribers. Nathan, your subscribers. It's been awesome. Everyone go to bed. It's Tuesday. What the fuck are you all doing?
Yeah,
Go
no,
to a
because
dream for Christmas, Mom.
I'm glad I'm lucky off tomorrow, but like, you know, you guys go to sleep.
Yeah.
dude.
All right.
Thanks for jumping on, Dar.
Yeah.
No, I mean, thank you guys, because again, I've never hung out with you guys, and it's like been super fun. So.
It's been
Yep.
awesome. So,
Yeah.
all right, we'll
Yeah,
see you
cool.
guys soon. Everybody, cheers.
That's it, all
9
right?
p.m. here. Chris says, bye.